Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Night's Apocalypse. Thank you for joining us this lovely Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, Sunday morning, whatever time it might be for you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are super excited to be here to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. Before we get started, we have all sorts of great shows that we do throughout the week. If you just watched our promo video, you can see all the other shows that we've got going on. Lots of different systems, lots of different games run by lots of awesome people. So definitely come and check all those out. If you're watching us live on Twitch, you can see the full list of our schedule below our faces. If you're watching us on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page, follow us while you're there, and check out whatever we've got going on, because you're watching in the future and things might have changed. Who knows? It's 2020. Shit's wild. The next stream we have after this one will be on Sunday. That'll be Slang 101. It's our Monster of the Week campaign. Savannah runs that. It's at 4 o'clock Eastern time. So come join us there for some monster fighting fun. I don't know what we're doing right now. We're kind of getting between starting a new mystery.
You're saving your friend that's been deathly poisoned by a fae is what you're doing.
They're fine. We're doing fun stuff. So yeah, come join us for that. Yeah, I think that's it. Does anybody have anything they want to plug, promote, anything before we get started? Savannah?
I have 2 games not on this channel. One of them is Friday afternoons at 3 p.m. on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay. It's called Diesel Punks. It's Apocalypse World. It's getting pretty rowdy over there. So come hang out with me on Friday, before Neon Souls. And then on Monday nights, when this channel is dark, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'm on twitch.tv/koboldpress playing Lessons in Deep Magic. It's D&D 5e, with a focus on Kobold Press's new Deep Magic's Grimoire, the spells from which you might see come up in this game, because they're legit. So yeah, that's Monday nights coming out.
Awesome. I'm gonna plug one other thing too, because I just want to plug as much as possible. If you haven't watched Neon Souls, which we had yesterday, or you don't follow us on Twitter, we had an awesome fan make some art of our characters for that show. It was super cool. Captain Nemo on Twitter. We retweeted it all over the place, but definitely check that out. That was really, really cool. I love fan art being made of our characters. And it was awesome. So yeah, that was the only other thing that I wanted to talk about. But let's go ahead and get started and get into Saturday Night's Apocalypse. Last time on Saturday nights, we or your group, the Whiskey Delegation, as you have called yourselves, escaped from the evil Earth cult's lair, evading the terrible Dr. Radical Jim, who had morphed themselves into a zombie creature, and you had escaped back to Summit Hall, reported in with Stormbreaker, and had set your sights on Feathergale Spire, where you assume the Wind Cult to be currently operating out of. And you had heard about these Feathergale Knights that operate out of this spire. You had tussled with a group of brigands, raiders, attacked you wielding flaming swords and driving in some Mad Max inspired vehicle. You dispatched them fairly easily along with their hellhound pet, using a combination of rain and stabbing. And there was an epic crash and an explosion, and they were dead. You drew the attention of the Feathergale Knights from the spire as you were approaching in this conflict. They welcomed you to enter to seek haven within their sanctuary. You accepted entering, meeting the knights, and meeting their leader, a knight by the name of Thurl Maraska, a bulky gentleman wearing a face mask, who an enigmatic figure, refuses to tell anybody exactly how they got their mask. You had a nice dinner with them, talked a little bit, asked some awkward questions, and called it a night. While you were resting for the evening, your druid friend, Nyona, decided to scout out the tower, looking for any clues what might be going on here, and how you might be able to use the cult to your advantage against the Earth cultists and their zombie army. As Iona scouted the tower, she found the room of Thor Maraska, stole a letter off of his desk, and then climbed to the top portion of the tower, which is blocked off by steel doors and plating. And you found that the top part of the stone tower, which you had seen these large cables and other metal plating kind of patchwork over the tower, the top part of it is almost completely made out of metal, reconstructed or retrofitted with this more advanced technology, and on this big metal platform there was like a large supercomputer, some satellite relays, a huge dish on top, some telescopes, and sitting at a desk or at the terminal for this large supercomputer, you discovered Dr. Radical Jim, standing there speaking with Thurl Maraska. They discussed a transmission that they had picked up somewhere far away from your current planet. Some vague conversations about this transmission, and then some conversations about all of you seemingly aware of who you are, of the exchange that you had with some of the members of this group in rescuing Liko, and discussions on what they were going to do with you. You return to your group, relay this information for them, and that's where we're picking up our session here today, with you guys figuring out what you are going to do. So I don't remember if last time we had come to an explicit decision of whether you guys were going to continue to rest up through the night and stay in the tower. Was that the plan?
We
get a full long rest?
did, because we blocked off the bedroom doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sleeping in front of the door and
Yeah.
Jazz is on top of me.
We had split into
Right.
two groups with the two of us that don't have to sleep.
Right. So with Shellac sleeping in front of the door in their shell form, Jazz on top of them. We'll get that fan fiction later. And then in the other room, we've got Fang that is currently sleeping with your back against the door as well, in case somebody comes in, and everybody is trying to get a long night's sleep. Okay. You do successfully. Everybody gets your long rest.
Wait. Personally, I would like to get done in the morning as soon as we wake. It probably should wait till the other two are awake in the room, but it's perfectly fine if not.
I don't sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sweet. Because I have a spell I want to ritually cast so I don't waste my level 2 spell slots, which is amazing. And it's not concentration. It's called Gift of Luck. You grant a touched creature a limited gift of luck while the spell lasts, where its duration's 24 hours. They can choose any 3 rolls of their choice to be at advantage.
It's a very good spell. Yeah, so essentially you get 3 luck points you can spend
so cool.
throughout the day to get advantage on a roll.
That's why this room is so much cooler than the other room.
So yeah, you're giving Thea that?
It's
Or
cast
yourself?
as a ritual without concentration, so
Oh.
I'll try and get everyone in the room and morning prayers.
Yeah, if it's
And then I
That's-
will try and go to the other room and be like, good morning, everyone. Just gonna sit here for like 30 odd minutes.
so you want to go over to the other room?
If possible, so they don't feel left out.
Okay.
Or I just keep it our room so we can rub it in how cool we are. And I'll knock on their door. I'm not gonna try and open it.
Okay. You go to leave your room. Your door's locked.
I'll try pushing because I would have tried pulling the first time.
Okay. You push this time. Still locked.
Just gonna look at Thea and be like, the door's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
And I will gesture. I will show that I can't push or pull the door. It just won't move.
Is it locked?
I think so.
Well, it's about to be unlocked. I don't like that.
I'll pull out my sword.
No, I got it. I got it. Can I try
I'll
to
go
unlock
over
it?
the little. Yeah, I'll let the others know over the stone that our door's locked.
Curious. And Jazz will try our room's door.
Okay. Yeah, you wake Shellac and move them out of the way, and the two you try to open the door. It also will not open.
Okay, gonna pull out my thieves' tools.
All right, so the two of you want to make checks with your thieves' tools.
Yes.
Wait, the two
alright.
that don't sleep are also our picklocking experts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amazing.
19.
I think that's only an 8 for me, unless I can use intelligence instead of dex.
No, this would be dexterity based for a few reasons. I might even allow strength if that would be
That's
a better
worse.
because as you go to unlock it, both of you do realize you go for the like where the lock is on the door, where the handle is on the door, and you realize that's not locked. There's no locking mechanism there. And in fact, as you kind of move it, like it's sort of wedged, and you look towards the top bottom, and you realize that there are these like metal bars that have fed out through the top of the door frame into the door itself, through like a hydraulic mechanism that has sort of wedged the door into shape. Like this has these like little cylinders that come down to hold the door in place. A lot more advanced than what you have seen, you might be used to. Thea, you discover this and you begin to try to like wedge it open and try to get it. With a 19, you're not able to open it.
I can't get it open.
Hold on. Okay, if I do an athletics check to charge this door down, because clearly there's been some misunderstanding in this place and they've locked me in this room. There's a 22. Oh,
A 22.
athletics. No, 24 athletics, 22 just straight strength.
Okay. With a 24 athletics check, you go running at the door, and you smash into it. Those of you in the other room hear this loud crashing noise as the door splinters and kind of snaps in the center. It's mostly, I'd say you're successful. You're opening it, but there's so much debris and stuff there because the mechanism is still in place. It seems to have fed up from the top of the door and the bottom as well. So you just sort of like crush the door outwards. It's going to take you a minute to get it fully open where you guys can actually get through, but you've pushed it open enough. You also hear a lot of footsteps coming from out in the hallway now and some cries of surprise.
I feel like Shellac will hear that noise and go, I guess we're smashing doors down now, and we'll do the same thing.
Now, it is a reasonable hour for us to be up, right? It isn't like crack of dawn and they were
No,
just going
it's-
to unlock it later.
It's a reasonable hour for you to be up at this
Okay.
point.
Okay, I want to do the same thing.
Who just locks the door?
Oh, that's a 13.
Creeps who are going to
Okay.
murder you.
13, yeah, you pound against it and there's no response. However, as you can see out in the hallway, those of you in room B, I'm just gonna go with you guys are in room B. You can see out in the hall and you see them coming down. You see a couple of these knights, the Feathergale knights, coming from around the corner, around this bend in the room, or in this hallway, and coming up behind them, you see Thurl Maraska. His imposing visage, and he comes outside the door. They all have like hands on weapons, and they see you're kind of coming through, and he approaches the door and kind of looks at you through it, kind of mostly obscured by the splintered wood. And those of you in room A can also hear this conversation as it's going. The doors don't insulate sound very well, and he says, shit, what was his voice? I don't remember. You're going to have to pay for that.
You're going to have to open it or we're going to smash it the rest of the way.
I like option B because I'm having fun.
Hmm.
He says, we don't have to get violent here. We wanted to keep you in place so we could have a conversation about
Why didn't you
things that
ask,
we
you
have
creep?
discovered."
I need the restroom.
Shellac is just kind of screaming from the other side. Hey, door's stuck. The door's stuck. Hey, the door's stuck. Door's stuck.
I know it's stuck. We locked it. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So you
door's stuck.
admit it.
Why would
Well,
you
you
do
have
that?
murdered a few members of our organization, as it turns out.
When?
What?
Did not.
It would have most likely have been in self-defense.
Also, the door's stuck.
He looks behind. And he says, "Come on out." And coming from around the corner, you see a not in the same garb as the Ggameknights, but a young man similar or that you recognize as one of the kidnappers that had Liko a few weeks or a few days back. At this point, they look a little bit tanned. A little like a bit of sunburn on their face that's currently healing, and looks around thorough and says, "Yeah, that's them."
Cool. So kidnapping and imprisonment. That's definitely sounds like you're the good guys for sure.
I can heal you. Just step a little bit closer. Come on.
So open the door.
He starts to step closer, and Thorough puts a hand out and says, "No, you idiot.
You should
just gonna kill you."
fire him for sure. Hey, open the door.
Door's stuck.
I-
The door's stuck.
It's okay, Shelly.
Okay.
I will let you out if you promise we can have a conversation about all of this.
You probably
Instead
should have
of
thought
just-
about that before you locked us in here without saying anything, you creep.
Well, we didn't. We were afraid that you might murder all of us in our sleep.
What? Because you said, "Oh, we'd like to have a conversation."
Because you had already murdered some of us.
We didn't
No.
know.
We don't know if you're working with the Earth Cult or any of the others.
Have you asked?
Are
Why would we come to you and say, "Hey, there's this really bad Earth cult that we want you to get rid of if we were working with them"? Are you bad at your job? Is what I'm asking.
I don't have to answer that. You aren't my supervisor.
Open now.
get lined
Alright.
up for another charge?
Well, hold on.
Open.
The door's already broken. I don't even know why I told him to stop. And holds out, looks over to one of the others, and they come walking around the corner. And there's like 10 seconds of a silence, and suddenly you hear a ka-chunk noise, and the two halves of the door suddenly are released from their position as the two pieces just go collapsing to the ground as the I think actually the top one is kind of wedged in now with the metal bars bent and they can't retract, so you just have this one piece of broken door that's just hanging there. You have to duck under. The other one falls down, and the other door, which has not been destroyed, you don't see any noticeable difference, but if you go to open it, it swings open.
I don't know. Looks like I am his supervisor now.
Jazz knows mending, so this should be fine.
So open the other one.
They're both open.
Okay, good.
Your door's fixed.
You don't really understand.
isn't-
Okay. Yes, and as I said, that's going to be. We're going to add that to your room's bill.
We were staying for
no.
free, so you shouldn't have locked us in without telling us.
Breaking the door wasn't.
What would you do if you woke up and
Anyway.
you were suddenly a captive?
Yeah.
This is completely unreasonable. I would like to speak to a manager.
She's on her way. But I was
I'll
hoping
wait.
we could have a conversation. Well, it's going to be a little bit.
Is it
time
that's a
anyway.
conversation? Have we just had a conversation? I think we did.
You're all very grating to speak with.
I think he's
That's why-
talking to you, Thea.
It is why I tend to choose my words with care. Though I do find that sometimes I use too big of words, and that confounds people even more than if I use lots of little words.
Here's the thing. Some people don't deserve it, like kidnappers and people who imprison other people against their will, and also jerks. I'd be nice to you if you were nice to me.
I'll explain a few things. 1. The kidnapping was a misunderstanding. I have explained the situation looking back towards the sunburn fellow. That was not what I asked them to do, and they would, if the rest of them weren't dead, we would have had a meeting about it, and they probably would have had to go to a seminar, and we would have gone over that. But as I said, it was a misunderstanding. I hope that the kidnappee, since it seems that they are not with you, is all right.
You don't get to know that.
Did not mean to harm them. We were simply interested in them joining our organization. So, on behalf of the Feathergale Knights, I offer you my apologies for that, and as a token of it, I will send a fruit basket.
And not charge us for the door.
Fine.
Scott saved money.
Okay, you locked us in our rooms.
Yes.
There's a fire hazard. What if there was a fire? Would you have remembered to come unlock the doors?
The door was
Yes.
stuck.
I had 2 guards out here. They would have unlocked the doors if they were. There's no fire. It's not the point. We
What
did
could
that
be?
for our own safety.
Maybe we need to bring the fire marshal in here.
If you didn't feel safe with us staying here, you shouldn't have let us stay here.
We could have slept in Trucking McTruckface.
Mhm.
Well, we
In fact, I like sleeping in Trucking McTruckface. The door's open there. And there's how many of you?
enough.
I'm a humble
Probably
cleric.
not. Like, probably not, though, considering that it seems like your employees don't know what they're doing. You told them to talk to a guy about recruitment and they kidnapped him.
Is that how you recruit people?
All right.
This
Mistakes
is why
were made.
this is the only club we've met so far that none of us have joined, and I think it was a good decision.
Oh, we didn't join the Earth one.
Well, no, we pretended to.
Death. Yeah.
Oh, Soup almost did.
He pretended to.
I thought they was monks.
He was going to.
So you
That's
are
helping our
not
cause.
spies from the Earth Gods.
No.
We're incompetent, but we're not spies.
Wait, incompetent. Is that good or bad? Yeah.
That's bad.
Hey, no, we're not.
Well, then it seems that we might have a mutual goal. We are also we were genuine last night in our conversations about seeking to rid the Summer Hills of this blight of the Black Earth. If you're willing to work with us, and you don't have to join our organization per se, but perhaps ally yourselves with us.
You locked us in our rooms.
All right. We won't do that again.
Oh, great. I trust you now.
Knight's honor.
That doesn't mean anything. You kidnap people and then take them prisoner in the rooms that you let them stay in.
Okay, Thea, it's okay. How about we just all sit down and talk about this? Maybe you can throw us another feast, and we'll be more inclined to listen.
No, he also lies about his mask.
Shh.
A breakfast feast, then.
Are we okay with the
Waffles.
breakfast feast?
Can we also not get charged for the damages to the door? And like, I'd be cool.
Yes, we're not charging you for the door.
During this conversation, Jess has probably mended the door together already.
We're not charging you for damage. Oh. We're not charging you for damages to the doors.
You're welcome.
Or future damages.
Okay.
Just in case. These can get rowdy.
You can
Let's
prepare
go.
breakfast for us. We will be down in an hour after we discuss, and then we will hear you out. Okay?
Can there be a crepe bar?
And there's going to be a crepe bar.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Well, I like blueberries.
Blueberries. Fine. Any other requests?
Yeah, don't lock the freaking door.
All right, we won't lock the door. They begin to turn around. Well, they do leave 2 guards out in the hall. But
Is one
and
of them
the
sunburn?
no.
Oh.
They go taken away. The feast hall though is just like around the bend. It's on the same level that you guys are at right now.
Yeah.
I take us back to that map that you guys can see. Oop.
So whose room are we having our conversation in?
We're not going back into any of the rooms because they might lock the doors again.
So
Same
you guys
point.
are right
Yeah.
here. They all walk around the corner over here. Oh, wait, you guys probably can see that. You're right here. Walk around the corner over here. Those are on the wrong layer.
We could go to the
Yeah.
truck.
We could just like attack these guys and go up.
No.
Let's go out to the truck. I like that.
That's a good idea.
They might not be inclined to let us leave. It sounded like their queen was on her way to speak with us.
We're literally just gonna go sit in the car. We're not leaving. Fine, they can
Okay.
try to stop me.
Let's go.
They promise.
Every
they
doorway I walk through, I'm looking up and down to see if there's a hole for a metal rod.
Okay.
So I know if I need to charge through doors later, if I need a brace or what.
All right, you go walking around the corner to the stairs, and they're all standing there, and so Thurl turns and, oh, that was a quick oh, you're going downstairs. Okay, sure, fine. And they do let you go. They do send the 2 guards continue to follow you until you have left the spire, and then they kind of stand at the entrance to the spire, and you go across the bridge to where your car is parked.
So, do we actually want to stay for breakfast or do we just want to leave?
Y'all weren't serious about the crepe bar?
No.
Oh.
I want to get to the roof.
Do we need to?
Well, there's Radical Jim. I want to eat his heart. I promised the other one I would. So I assumed if he's a clone, it would count.
Seems
Isn't
to
there
be-
somebody Jazz needs to find?
That is, yes, Thurl, the leader, has
Oh,
been
found him.
investigated, but the people sent to investigate him have gone missing. And I would like to figure out what happened to them and why. Presumably he is hiding some darker secret, and that is the reason why the people sent to investigate him have gone missing.
Well, if Dr. Jim is involved, I'm just saying it's bad.
Almost certainly, but
I can ask him at breakfast if you want.
the other dilemma we face is that we are not equipped to handle the first Dr. Radical Jim as things stand, and having the knights on our side would prove beneficial.
Yeah, but we know they're not on our side already.
it would be the enemy of my enemy is my tentative ally.
To be fair, I wasn't feeling myself that day.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Just like turn a bunch of these people loose in the monastery and then what?
And then we will clean them up after they've taken care of Dr. Radical Jim.
What happens if they eat the black stuff?
I
And
mean,
they turn into super play dudes.
I mean, I don't think they would do that.
Well,
I also
They seem
don't
to think
they'd
it's pretty
lock us
bad.
in a room.
Well, I just feel like one of those is a little bit worse.
They thought we were bad. And next time, no survivors, okay? That's why we just kill everyone.
I know.
So, are we starting the car and driving? Are we interrogating over breakfast? Or are we just clearing house?
Let's see, we passed how many people on our way through the first floor?
Let's see.
Probably enough.
There we go, like 1, 2, 3. You've seen about 10 different nights or so, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 10 or 12 different nights in this tower.
Okay, if we're gonna try to get them to work with us, what are the terms that we're working under? Because I'm not just gonna be like, oh, we're friends now, come kill all the people in this building. But not the man with the skeleton face, he's my friend.
Well, we need to find out what they actually want, because they just want to I guess just fight that earth cult.
Yeah, they just want him gone, it seems like.
Or they could want anything in that lab for themselves, or whatever that place was.
That's the other thing
But-
I'm worried about.
But I think one of the conditions has to be that we get to see or choose what they can take from it. We found it. Finders keepers. But I don't think that they should take anything. And we should have the say in that, since we're letting them in anyways.
Well, so we still know that this cult is like evil too, you know? So I wouldn't be against sicking them on the Earth cult and then just cleaning up whoever is left in the Knights.
Well, see, like, I would think that we can go find the phylactery, which we weren't able to find before because he cornered us in that by the elevator, by the lift. And we should, like, we should send them in and, like, be behind them and then be like, good luck. And then go get the stuff from the door that we weren't allowed to go in before. And then join back later and see if there's anyone left worth helping. Or if we can get rid of Radical Jim.
I would like to have crepes.
Okay, well, we can't have
have
crepes until
some
we decide what we're gonna do, so.
Oh, okay.
I am trying to figure out, because though I understand not all of us are as fond of Renwick, it would still be unfortunate if he were to be caught in the crossfire between the Knights and the Black Earth.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's like super powerful.
And
But-
he can move in the monastery, which means if we just tell him to stay on his toes and move, then he should be fine.
For a little bit. And then
Does
we
he
can.
have toes?
I think so. He's a person.
They're skeleton toes.
Does he glide? Maybe you lost them.
I don't know. Even if I still had on my toes, if I could just glide everywhere and not walk, I would. Yeah, I think. So I think that Vivian's plan's probably the best one.
Killing of everything.
Well, if we want to get rid of these guys regardless.
Now?
No, not now. Were you
Let's
listening
just-
at all?
Every plan to me was kill everyone.
No, it was to team up. And then sick them on the Black Earth and let them deal with it. And then, bam, sneak attack. Also dead.
I think
And then we
that's
can
the-
go down into the the temple and do whatever we want.
I think that's the best idea.
Ooh, I have one additional idea for that. Neona, maybe during that you can turn into a frog and you can like hop on Thurl and like follow him around without him knowing. And then that way you like know what they're up to.
Yes. If he won't notice.
Frog's
it's fine.
probably a
I
little
wonder
bit
how
too
small I
big.
can get. But I could do the spider again too. That might work
That's
better.
good.
But we'll see. Especially I don't want to get stuck with him, and then if he gets like all I
Our message stones, what's the distance on those?
Whatever the message spell
Oh, okay.
is. Yeah.
120 feet then.
Yeah.
Okay,
as long
so
as
I
I
guess
don't go too far, I'd be willing. And I mean, I could crawl in now and see if they're talking about anything.
Just say you're napping in Trucky McTruckface because it's one where you control the locks of the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we set on crepes now, kill later?
That's fine.
Okay.
We'll see how breakfast goes. Let's just play it by ear.
Shellac gets out of the truck and just screams crepes.
So if there's no blueberries, all hell's being broken.
Okay. So just going in for breakfast, no sneaking beforehand.
So, in the central staircase on the bottom floor, is there a basement underneath, or does it seem like it's the ground floor?
It does seem like there is a that does continue to go down to a lower level. So
Let's
do
go
not-
down.
We shouldn't all go.
They said we weren't allowed above the 3rd floor. Didn't say anything about below the 1st.
Yeah, that was sort of before they locked us in our rooms and like did a bunch of shady stuff.
If we split up in the stairwell, it'll be 1 guard per group of 3. We could take one down. Quietly.
I can also give you one hint, though, because you know the first level, what you guys have been standing at, where that's at in the tower, you can see the tower and see what's below. There are a bunch of doors on the exterior of the tower, and you have seen them lead the griffins into there. So you do know whatever's on that bottom level is wherever they're like stabling their mounts. So.
Makes sense when you think about it.
Let's just get this over with.
After breakfast. Are we asking about the missing people?
Well, they're not going to tell us anything because they have one of them.
But we can see if they look anywhere or like act suspicious.
Oh, we already know they're suspicious.
Mm-hmm. And they
We
do
could
have
throw
one
it
of the
into our
delegation members.
Deal. One of our rules of the deal.
They're going to ask how we know about that, though.
The Earth cultist said.
They're going
Done.
to tell us that they were lying because they're like bad cult people.
Fair enough. They did set a standard by kidnapping. I guess we'll just walk in and see how breakfast goes. If it gets
Yeah.
boring, I'll start a little bit of timer.
Okay. You guys finish your discussion, climb out of the truck, head across the bridge, and the guards follow you up the stairs to where you smell the delicious sense of breakfast wafting down from the higher levels. You make it up there and you see there is a full spread of pancakes, waffles, crepes with blueberries and other berries, strawberries, blackberries, all sorts of berries. So yeah, you get your full breakfast feast. The rest of the knights are kind of sitting around the table, a little uncomfortable about how the day started. Thurl sitting at their same spot at the head of the table. And after a little bit of eating and awkward silence and or conversation, Thurl does like put their fork down and lean back and says, "All right, breakfast feast completed. We should discuss this arrangement. What is it that you're wanting?"
Shellac immediately says more crepes and goes and gets up and makes another crepe.
All right, more crepes. Is that it?
As we discussed, we also seek to eliminate the cultists of the Black Earth and would appreciate some assistance in that regard.
That is our goal here too, so we're on the same page there. Seems that we have a mutual threat to deal with. We will gladly lend our support in this matter of dealing with what remains of the Black Earth. So, sounds like a fair deal. We help each other out, deal with the Black Earth, and you can decide whether you want to stay with our organization.
Oh, we've already decided. But thank you.
Well, we'll leave that TBD then.
We get to fly griffins into battle.
We can lend you some mounts for the assault, though I don't know how, based on what I understand of their facility, most of it's underground. I don't know how much help they'll be. But it would be an expeditious way of approaching the monastery.
Shellac sits back down at the table with another crepe and asks, how many griffins does it take to make our truck fly? Like, you can just strap a bunch and just have it, I mean, be easy on the tires.
I think it depends
never
where they're
tried.
from.
Yes, you robot raising your hand.
No, this is as Fang and Schlack are bothering Thurl with these sorts of questions. Jazz is going to speak into the message stone to the other members and be, do we want to bring up that we know they have a delegation member and accuse them of being no better than the Black Earth for also having engaged in kidnapping? Or do we wait until after we have assaulted the Black Earth?
Let's wait.
Yeah.
Are you saying let's wait loud enough for Shellac and Fang to hear? Because it's getting on to follow-up questions to buy time. I'm running out of them.
This is through the message stone, so only we can hear it. But so you would be able to hear it. Let's wait.
Hey,
So once you get rid of the Black Earth cult, what are you going to do with their stuff?
Well, we would apply any technology they've used towards our own research here.
no.
So this is the other part of the deal we discussed. So since we're giving you the opportunity to get into the monastery and their facilities, I say that we have first pick of things that we see, because without us, you wouldn't even have this opening.
And we won't choose all of it. Give you a pebble.
However,
I'm-
most of the science and technology and magic that we're performing was for nefarious purposes. I can't imagine an organization such as yourselves would be interested in such technology.
No, it's definitely not like they're kidnappers or anything.
The results of their research are not something that we would be interested in. As you have said, the nefarious plots they were involved in are not the goals that we have here at the Feathergale Society. However, tools are tools, can be used for many purposes. Any technology they have and materials they have gathered, we would be interested in having for our own means.
What
Though
are
I
those?
do understand. What are our goals here with the Feathergale Society? I'm afraid that without membership, there's only so much that I can divulge.
So
Guess
this is
I'm afraid.
Scientology.
Guess I'm afraid without information, I can't let you have their stuff, buddy.
That was an insight check. His whole "we don't want to use their technology" bullshit.
Yeah, you can insight check.
I'm gonna use one of my luck points because that was terrible. Oh,
Okay.
it's so much better. I rolled an 8 the first time and an 18 the second time, so that's a 24.
All right. 24. I mean, as far as what he said and the way he's carrying himself, I mean, you're gathering his goal here is to try to get the best deal they can. They do seem to he seems to have a genuine interest in the technology. But as far as getting any insight into whether or not he wants to use the any sort of like the necromancy elements of it, you're not gathering that that's something that they're interested in. He hasn't brought that up at all, hasn't talked about that at all. So
He wants to do that.
but as far as like the scientific equipment, the computers, other things, they might be interested in that. But as your question about their goals, he says, I can't tell you everything. However, our leader will be here shortly, and she can tell you more if she wishes. If you're willing to wait for that, if you wish to speak with her, if this agreement is such that is at least appealing enough for now that we wish to remain at this negotiating table, then I can provide you with an introduction, and she can have the final say as to this arrangement. We have today looks to be a promising day, so we're hoping that some of our efforts may come to fruition, and we may be able to provide more aid towards this assault than we had initially been able to.
Oh.
But you still didn't really respond. Can we have first pick? Can we?
We will divide what is found interesting in this to either party. If there's anything that is mutually interesting to us, you will have first pick as what you take, if that is acceptable.
I think we'll wait to speak to your boss. You don't seem to have as much power as you like to think. You can ask for permission.
I am the foremost ranking member of this chapter of our organization.
What
I'd have
about
you
your
know.
queen leader person? Like Shalak just like comes up enough in
As
his
I said,
crepe
she is-
super.
She's
She
on
is
her way.
on her
We'll just
way.
talk to her. How long do we need to wait for? To speak to someone who actually has power and authority around here.
It shouldn't be long now. And in fact, dramatic timing, you hear the flapping of wings through the windows outside, and there's a little bit of a breeze that picks up, fluttering some of the curtains in the tower. All the knights kind of stiffen, and Thurl looks and says, "That should be her now. I will make the introductions if you would be so kind as to join me at the summit."
Is that the upstairs?
Of the tower, yes, the top of the tower.
We get to go above the 3rd floor, everyone.
You do, because we are trusting you in this matter, that we have mutually aligned goals.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Nice.
you wouldn't let us earlier. Just excited.
I will promise you that if you displease our queen, that she will not be forgiving in her actions.
Does she have a king?
No.
Tidy yourself up a little bit. Be in charge of a cult before Vivian. We can all have one.
You don't even know if she likes dudes.
Maybe she wants a queen.
Yeah, well then, tidy yourselves up.
Thurl stands from the table and moves towards the doors to the stairway leading up. Do you guys all follow?
Yes.
All right. You lead up the stairs until you reach that metal door that Niona had encountered previously. Thurl reaches under their like the breastplate of their armor, pulls out a large metal key, inserts into a socket, clicks, and the whole thing kind of like shifts. You hear the sound of like multiple gears and stuff shifting inside this door, and pushes it open. This hatch swings out and follows the stairs the rest of the way up to this large metal platform. You can see there's like a little, like a pergola. There's at the center of this a covered portion to the roof where the satellite dish rests on. You see the computers and the telescopes and everything scattered around, and you see it sitting at the desk, the console, still plugging away at the computer. You see Dr. Radical Jim there, who kind of looks back over the shoulder, doesn't seem to recognize any of you, doesn't say anything, and just goes back to their work.
Hey, what's your name?
Who, me?
You're the...
Yeah.
Yes.
Thorough, you didn't say you were bringing people up here. I really need to keep working on this. She's going to be here soon. And Thurl says, just humor them for now. We're going to be making introductions. And they turn around in their chair and face all of you and sort of smooth out their lab coat and sit back. And says, I'm Dr. Jim.
His first name?
Doesn't matter. Dr. Jim.
His first name's Doctor, everyone. He's not
That's
really a
cool.
doctor.
Funny. Never heard that before. All right. Is that it? Pleasure to meet all of you. I'm sure you all have names.
What's your first name?
It doesn't matter. You'll refer to me as Dr. Jim.
No, I won't.
Well, see, if we're making the assumption that your first name is Doctor, I'll actually refer to you as Mr. Jim. Because saying Dr. Jim would be rude.
I didn't go to 4 years of medical school to be referred to as Mr. It is Dr. Radical Jim, all right?
Okay. See, was that so hard?
Yes.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's
becoming more and
cool.
more common.
Thurl, do I need to keep speaking with them? Thurl shakes his head. No, you can go back to your work.
What are you
Turns around.
working on?
They don't even respond. Thurl just says, Dr. Jim can be a bit temperamental. He's been working nonstop here for the past 3 days to finish this project. So forgive his bluntness.
I will admit to being curious whether or not he is aware of what another identical Dr. Radical Jim did with and for the Black Earth.
You hear from over the shoulder, so you met the other one. Right.
I
Yeah, I
promised
know.
to eat his heart. But you seem
I
the
have
same.
I have no relationship with that one. You can do what you like.
Sweet. Is there any buttons I can push? This is to
He says,
Sean.
no.
This
Oh,
is
are there any
Sean.
buttons you can
Is there
push?
any buttons I can push?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of buttons on the computer. So many flashing
Can I
buttons.
just push a button? He said I could do whatever I want. He didn't say to the other dude. He just said just in general.
All right. You walk up. Roll a D100 for me.
Yes. Everyone, I'm going to blow the tower up. Get ready to
Roll a
run.
1. Something terrible is going to happen.
At a 9,
I
you
rolled
open
a
a pit.
78.
All right, 78. You hit a button, and something on the screen kind of flickers for a second, and he just looks over you and he says, "Hey, stop that!"
I helped. I'll walk back.
Can I ask Thurl, can I just turn to him and go, so did he not tell you his name?
Which one?
Oh, the guy at the computer. Did you know his
Dr.
name?
Jim? No, I knew his name. We've discussed the matter of his clones, so we're currently trying to work.
So
suss
what
that
if
out.
what if we hadn't been talking about his clones and we were talking about this Radical Jim, but you lied to knowing about him? See, it makes me less wanting to give you the chance to try and take things from the left, where the previous Dr. Jim worked. So, like, you're just starting off bad.
I'm sure you haven't told us everything either.
We've been pretty upfront about everything. Unless you have knowledge that we don't have and you'd like to share. Hiding.
I'm sure we know lots of things. But we can discuss that after you meet our queen. And with that, there's a the kind of dust storm kicks up again, and you hear the flapping of wings grow closer as their two griffins come soaring down and landing on the balcony here. Each one with a rider wearing a sort of familiar black masks kind of cut into this avian shape that you've seen other members, not the knights themselves, but you've seen the members that you attacked that were with Liko. You've seen them wearing similar things. And between them, not on a griffin, but soaring down with a set of large white feathery wings coming sprouting from their back. You see an elven woman with kind of tattered and tasseled, like dark black hair, sort of a distant or vacant expression on her face, wearing a crown kind of half askew on her head, a very regal looking bearing to her, wearing some fine sort of silken clothes. A woman comes landing gracefully on the balcony between them, and immediately Thurl and the other knights on the summit here drop to one knee in reverence to her. And as I assume the six of you remain standing, Thurl kind of looks back over his shoulder and says, "Kneel. Kneel.
I'm sorry, what?
Kneel."
That's not my name. My name's Fang.
Shellac goes immediately into his shell.
And the woman comes stepping forward, and one of the other, the two griffin riders also come forward, both of them remaining on their griffins. And one of them speaking out says, "So, you did not inform us that you would have guests." And he looks and he says, "My apologies. It was a recent development. I had very little time to send word. However, they believe that they will aid to our cause." "Kneel, please, kneel now." You still don't. And they kind of look at you with some disgust. And the woman comes stepping forward as well. And I need to pull up.
Are we killing her? Okay. Silk.
Yeah, this is what she's gonna do. She steps forward and in a very sort of airy voice, she says, "Kneel," and she casts power word kneel.
You can't use my spell against me.
And suddenly, a couple of you are going to be compelled to kneel. Let's see, hit points.
Doesn't it go from the lowest up?
Goes
Is it
from
like
the lowest
sleep?
up. Yep. So I think Thea and Niona, the two of you are compelled to kneel.
Can I pick them back up? Like, just hold them in the air? So even if they are kneeling, they kind of still...
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you two of you find yourselves sort of prostrate on the ground in front of her.
Hey, I don't want to be here.
Don't.
Well, if you had just done what he told you to do in the first place, we wouldn't have had to come here.
He's not my supervisor.
Thurl, what is this about? and Thurl steps forward, kind of standing back up, and says, "Your Majesty, these 6 came here wanting to strike a bargain for an attack, an assault on the Black Earth." She says, "Oh, well, that would be good. I mean, we haven't really had much luck with him up until now. I mean, why do you think you'd be able to help?"
I'm not telling you
What's
till
all
you let
here?
me up. This is not nice.
Fine. And she kind of waves a hand, and the spell dissipates.
As to why we may be able to help, we have already struck a blow against the Black Earth before they resorted to more potent necromancy than I think they were prepared to wield, and brought a powerful new abomination to bear against us. Plus the fact that much of their organization already fled into hiding when they knew we were assaulting, so there may be more than we have already dealt with.
So you're offering to what? Kill them? To help us kill them? Why? Why do you care?
Aside from the inherent evil of what they are doing, they have engaged in kidnapping for various members that we had been contracted to recover. We were able to get their prisoner out, but we do not believe that they are a threat that should be left on the board.
Well, whatever your reasons are, I mean, that sounds fine with me. I just want them gone because they're gross and ugly. So if you'll work with Thurl here and get that done, I have other things to work on. So Thurl, you have my permission, whatever you need to do. And she begins to turn and walk towards the computer.
One last thing. I need you to apologize to my friends.
All of the other knights here look to you with just this look of just sheer horror on their face as you say this, and she slowly turns around. She says, "You want what?"
I want you to apologize to my friends.
No. I am queen of these lands. I do not apologize for anything.
It's like this guy saying he got his scar by freeing this tower. It's a load of bullshit.
Immediately, all the knights on the balcony draw their weapons.
Is Thea trying to stop me? Because it's probably the only way I'm stopping.
Hey, this is like a massive overreaction.
Thurl steps forward and says, "He is insulting our queen."
No, he just asked her for something. She asked us what we wanted, and he told her. It's not an insult to answer a question. You're full of drama.
Your
Thurl.
Majesty, these commoners are ignorant to the ways of your court. If you will forgive this one transgression, I promise that I will keep them from your sight. And she waves a hand and turns around, and she says, "Fine. Just don't let him talk to me again."
Aren't you supposed to say yes, ma'am?
He had bowed his head as she said this and looks over to you.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking his head, turns back and says, "We will work out the details of the assault outside of the Queen's chambers here."
Okay.
And he begins to lead you off the tower. Down the stairs, not like off the tower.
Just right off the edge.
And as he leads you out and down the stairs, he says, "That could have gone better."
I know she could have apologized, and then we all would have been fine.
He turns around to you and he says, "You, Fang, right? I'm sticking my neck out here because I think you can help us. But I have seen her call down lightning from the sky and obliterate dozens who have looked at her in the wrong way. So I would count yourself lucky that you are still standing right now.
I can shoot sunbeams out my hands. Is it like that?
I can promise you it's more powerful than anything that you are able to muster. She commands the very element of wind itself."
It's called wings,
But
not mastering wind.
Hey.
I shoot the sun.
That's cool and all that she can do all of that stuff, but you should question a queen that has to use magic to force people to kneel to her.
We all kneeled of our own choosing.
No,
The fact that you did not
didn't.
is merely due to your own ignorance.
hey, if you call me ignorant one more time, we're gonna start having a problem.
You sought us out for this arrangement. If this is not what you want, then you can seek help elsewhere.
I want you to just stop
Yes.
acting like a big jerk. Like, obviously, you can't deal with them on your own. You need us more than you're letting on. So, like, chill.
Is it just him and us?
No, there are a couple of the knights around.
So, chill out. Let's make a plan. We could do this, and then you can go away and never have to see us again. But it's your fault it's taking so long.
Fine. We'll gather the griffins that we need. We'll leave here come noon and assault the monastery by nightfall. Gather what you need in the meantime.
Thurl, question. Would it be possible to speak to your queen before we head out? Just me. I don't mean the group.
Looks between all of you and says, "I may be able to get an audience for you and perhaps a couple of others. Not this one, though," pointing at Fang.
I don't think I'll be king, guys.
Well, just to be safe, I'll go with you.
I will also join, if that is permissible.
That is fine.
Me and Fang and Shelly can stay out here.
Yeah, maybe a good idea.
All right. Prepare yourselves for the assault. And Thurl flares his cape and goes walking around the corner.
Can't be worse than his assault on my good mood.
What kind of person actually, unironically just furls their cape? What a dweeb.
The thorough furl.
Yeah. What a dweeb.
I still want to
Things
try
like
to
that was
get...
pretty cool.
Guys, I still want to try to get one of their cloaks. I had not given up on this. I think it would look very good on Fang, and I want to try and get one.
I want that one.
What if I get you one
We
that looks
killing
like
the
that?
queen.
No.
You will
I read the
certainly be able
situation.
to burn us into ashes.
I don't know. She did one
They
spell,
can't.
but I'm pretty sure like Fang can also do that spell.
Yeah, I just choose not to because it's rude.
Can I go? Do you want me to steal one of their cloaks?
You get the cloak off the dead body, because some of them will almost certainly fall attacking the Black Earth.
But it's way more satisfying if I take it.
Perhaps
Of
when
a
we are
living
speaking with the
person.
Queen, the three of you can, or more likely Justia, can investigate the basement levels, see what
Now
there is
we're
to find.
talking.
Hey,
You
but
do
he
know
also
that there were extra cloaks in the
Yeah.
quarters
Yeah.
of the knights.
Later,
didn't-
found
Are we
them.
like right next to those rooms right now?
And didn't he say
Basically,
we
yeah.
should prepare ourselves for the assault? These help us
Yeah.
with the assault.
Will you guys
we
just
just-
let me steal one thing, please? I haven't got to
Oh,
sneak
yeah.
around in so long.
I'm giving you.
Because every time you do, you almost die.
That's definitely
next.
not true.
We're next to the doors where you can just steal stuff from. Are the two guards still with us?
They're nearby. I assume you're doing this in a way that they're not.
Yeah.
able to
I'll
hear
wait till
you.
we split up. And
Okay.
I'm gonna go trolling around.
So yeah, you spend some time preparing. About an hour passes, and then Thurl returns to take Niona, Vivian, and Jazz to see the Queen.
Have fun.
While the other three of you have some time to prepare and do some snooping, if you'd like.
Before we get collected, Jazz would have gotten Vivian and Niona to be like, okay, what is our purpose in seeking an audience with the Queen, so that we're all on the same page.
Oh, I just wanted to talk to her for personal interest. And
Are
Finn,
you petitioning to be the co-queen?
that's like a minor interest. There's something else I wanted to talk to her about. But maybe, I mean, Fang put the idea in my head.
Is there anything you wish us to aid you with, or just be there in case things go south?
No, that'd be great. I mean, is there anything you want to talk to her about? I also figured that maybe if we apologized on behalf of the group, that would put us in better favor.
I don't apologize though.
It could perhaps, and also simply me being in that room and able to observe what they are doing. I will learn much from what they are doing with their computer.
Yes, and I'm thinking that maybe, if we end up killing everyone that comes to help defeat the Earth Cult, maybe we could play it off as, oh no, they all died tragically against Dr. Radical Jim.
Hopefully she goes.
We would probably need to make it seem like some of our party also fell, or else that would be suspicious. So if that happens, Fang, you are never coming back to this tower.
I'm coming back to this tower as long as old wings stick up and backside ladies around. I was gonna push her off, but she has wings, so that's ruined that plan. Also, you said this was a couple of hours right before he came back?
I'd say like an hour.
Oh yeah, well in that time I would have originally cast the luck thing on the other three.
Okay, so everybody's
Just
got
that way everyone's covered for the day.
Okay. Okay. So, anything else with that conversation? With you guys deciding how to approach this, or you all good? Good. Okay. We'll do that scene, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back for the sneaking and everything else. So the three of you head up the stairs with Thurl. Unlocks the door, leads you up top. Those two Griffin riders are still there. They've dismounted, are kind of like petting down the Griffins right now. While looks like the Queen, who I don't know. Well, Queen Erisi. Kalanoth is the name that you've been given at this point, is currently speaking with Dr. Jim and looking at the computer. As you approach, Thurl goes, I think as you're coming up, he's like, will you please just kneel, just humor me when we're approaching, please. I understand, it's going to make this a lot easier. And you reach, and he goes down on one knee and kind of looks back to all of you to make sure you do the same.
As kneels.
And says, Your Majesty. And she turns and sort of addresses all of you, and he says, these commoners wish to speak to you on some of the matters of their the part they will play in the days to come. And he just kind of looks and is like, I don't know what you want. And it kind of turns back and says, I will leave them to your charge. And he steps and kind of moves back away a little bit, just keeping an eye on the conversation. And she looks over all of you. She says, you may stand.
Thank you, my queen. We just wanted to come and formally apologize for the actions of our teammate. He can be a bit of a brute, but I promise there's a nicer interior underneath that all.
Your apology is accepted. As long as he does not act that way again, I will tolerate his existence.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, I don't think he quite understood just how powerful and almighty you are. We were all very impressed. Thurl talked a little bit about your ability to command lightning itself, and that is very powerful. I would love to hear more about it.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy, okay.
Just for how she receives your...
Ooh, okay, that's going to be a 12.
A 12?
Remember, you got luck.
Oh yeah, you do have luck. You can
Ooh.
re-roll if you want.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay, that's much better. She kind of like, there's a faint smile at the corner of her mouth, and she says, well, I'm glad someone around here appreciates that. All right. What is it you want to know?
Well, I was just curious about how you got so powerful, perhaps the origins of it. I've never seen someone quite like you, and I would just love to hear anything that you'd be willing to share.
She kind of says it. She like flips her hair a little bit. She says, well, I am one of a kind, so it's not surprising that you've never met anyone like me before. I mean, I was chosen by the wind itself to command it. I mean, I was born like this and awesome, and it's just sort of what I was meant to do. Oh, plus I found this, and she pulls from her back a spear, this beautiful platinum spear with this like filigree that runs around it and a head, and the whole thing sort of resonates with some magic and has this wind that kind of curls around it. And she says, I was called to this place in like a vision or something, and I found this in a long forgotten temple, and it has chosen me as its champion.
So we're just going, Shellac says, so we're just
You're not
going
here,
We're
right?
not here.
Oh, I'm not there? Okay.
No, you're not there. You stayed with the other group.
Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. How were you chosen by the wind? Was this something that happened at birth or a recent development?
No, I've always had this destiny around me, but it was recently that I began to receive, like I said, these visions, and they sort of drew me here. And I found other people like Thurl who joined me, and like I said, and I was drawn to Windvane. It's the name of the spear, and yeah, I mean, that's about it. Oh, and the person giving the visions is the Prince of Air, from the plane beyond to Yan Bin. But that is sort of like a partnership more than anything. Like, we're like equally powerful at this point.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing your story. I am aligned to a kraken, actually, a creature of both water and air. So I was just interested to hear about your own power, I suppose.
Oh, really? Were you also drawn here by mystical forces to command the elements?
Yes, I was.
No
I guess you could
way.
say. Yeah, so when we return, I would love to hear more about your journey, given that I'm at the start of my own.
Sure. I mean, I can give lots of pointers. I've learned like a lot of things from doing this, so I could definitely help you out there. Actually, if you're like, I don't know a lot about like krakens and stuff other than like stories, but I mean that kind of like has a lot to do with water, right? I mean, you said water and air, but like it's like mostly water though, right?
Yeah, but lots of like lightning storms too.
You might want to talk to like the crushing wave, the water people. Like, we kind of have like a loose kind of alliance with them. Like, we get along pretty well. I've met their leader. We had lunch a few days ago. His name's Gar. He's kind of hard to get along with, but is kind of like leads that group. And you know, if you came here, like you might, if you were like brought here through like mystical means and stuff, I mean, maybe you're meant to like help them or lead them or something.
That is wonderful advice. Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
Definitely.
One final question, my queen. Are you currently searching for a king?
No.
A queen?
Yeah.
Or perhaps
Maybe.
simply a royal consort.
I mean, like, I'm willing to accept like anyone willing to join my court and help me as long as they're fully devoted to me, because I'm like the most important thing here.
Oh, and absolutely, I can see that. Well, perhaps when we return, you and I can get lunch as well.
I mean, sure.
Neona, Jazz, is there anything else you guys wanted to ask?
During most of this, except when Jazz was speaking to the Queen, they've been keeping their eye on Dr. Jim and whatever he's been doing on the computer, just so that's in there in the keen mind.
Okay. Yeah, you keep an eye on it. It's a lot of like really complex like calculations, and he's like plugging in like programming something currently. It looks like kind of recalibrating the angle of the satellite, and is there you see like some star maps also put up there, and at one point you see like an image of a planet that's on there as well, but all that stuff's kind of flashing by. He's not like pausing on anything. It seems to be like plugging in a few things at a time, so you get some visuals there too. All right, so you have the no more questions for Area C. Okay. The three of you are led back. Thurl, who kind of as you're going like gives like thumbs up, like good, thank you, and leads you back away and downstairs. So we're gonna go and take our break there, and then we'll come back for what the rest of the group is doing, and then maybe dealing with the Earth Cult. So everybody hang out with us. We will be back real soon, and we'll see you after the break. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. Let's jump right back into it. So where we left off, your group is getting ready for a return to the Monastery of the Sacred Stone to attack the Black Earth Cult alongside the members of the Feathergale Spire. Is there anything you guys want to do before you go?
You told me I could creep around.
Right, to do
Crime.
the sneaking. Yeah. Okay. Let's do our sneaky mission then. Go ahead and roll stealth.
I would cast nimbleness on DFS, so they can roll a d6 and add it to it,
Okay.
and you have advantage if needed.
34.
34. Okay. Where are you going?
I wanted to go into like the barracks place. See if there
Okay.
was any fun stuff in there.
So you
Where we
have
were earlier.
the third floor
Yeah.
where Maraska or Thurl's quarters were?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there are 4 rooms up here. One of them, I'd say, you've been pointed to as the one that belongs to Thurl. 3 others that have not been explored yet. Just for the sake of not having this be just totally random, you can kind of peek into each one of them. They're not locked, and they're each like kind of identical sleeping quarters. Both of them having two bed, or both of them having like a bed, a desk, a wardrobe, and a chest, divided by like a curtain in the center of the room. So all in all, there are 8 chests, 8 wardrobes, 8 desks for you to search. Are you trying to go through all of them?
Ah, jeez. Quickly, I guess. I just want to see if there's anything fun in there.
Okay.
I don't think I want to go through Thurl's stuff because we already kind of went through his stuff.
Sure.
Just want to poke through.
Is anything interesting here? Each of the chests contains some like small basic valuables, nothing like too expensive or valuable, but each one also has a cloak.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of those.
Okay, you take 1 cloak from one of the chests.
I don't think I
All
can
right.
take 6.
Yeah. That would be a lot for you to carry around.
No. I'll just take 1.
Okay. You steal 1 feathered cloak and stuff it
Yay.
into your bag.
That's fine.
Anything else you want to search through?
Is there anything fun in their desks? Like
Uh,
love letters, like
nothing in the. Are you looking? Did you look through
dirty
Thurl's chest?
pictures?
Sure. They're dirty pictures.
I don't take them.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? I said I wasn't going to, but I'll go through his stuff too.
Okay. Thurl's chest has a bit more valuables in it. Some small like gemstones, things like that. That might be valuable for trade. There's also a potion and 2 scrolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
Okay.
Doo-doo. That's mine now.
All right. You hear a bit of commotion outside, so you kind of dart out of the room and around the stairwell as some of the other knights come up with your bounty in tow, and you are able to sneak back down the stairs as they come up them. Is there anywhere else in the tower you wanted to sneak to?
What else is on the second floor?
Just the rooms that you guys stayed in, and the like the feast hall.
I think that's it. Is there anywhere else we haven't been?
You haven't explored all of the first floor. Let me see. Let's see. So on the first floor, there is there's a solarium where they're growing, it seems like they're growing their own plants and stuff for kind of cultivating their own little garden here to cook with. There are there's a kitchen, which you guys have seen and smelled. Let's see. There are there's a weapons locker. It's like basic equipment and stuff they have in there. They don't let, there's a guard posted outside of it that I think it would make getting in kind of difficult without a distraction. You'd have to go like straight past them.
That's okay.
But kind of peeking in, you can see they have some basic stuff like long swords, some like scale mail, shields, helmets, things like that. And then down the stairs at the very bottom of the tower are the stables, where they keep the griffins and vultures and stuff.
I do just want to like creep down there and see the griffins.
Okay. Yeah, you You creep downstairs. There's about 12 stables, and about half of them are in use right now. Let me reveal this. There you go. And yeah, they've got a couple griffins in there, a bunch of feed and stuff for the griffins in their stables, little water troughs, things, everything they would need to keep the griffins down here.
Anything else?
Let's see. Not really looking around. I mean, it's pretty basic. Most everything interesting was at the top of the tower, where the computers and stuff were.
They're up there right now.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm just gonna pet one of the griffins.
Okay, you reach into one of the stables and pet the griffin. Make an animal handling check.
I rolled a natural 20. 24.
24. All right, yeah, you are able to sort of coax the griffin over, and you don't get your hand bit off.
Hi.
Seems to respond well to you.
I feed it a snack.
Okay. You are bonded to that griffin. It will obey your... No, it's just... It
Buttercup.
just likes you in that moment.
I think that's it. We've been everywhere else.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, as far as looking around, you don't see any, like, passages leading anywhere else. Any other hidden secrets around here. Like I said, most of everything interesting was at the summit.
I got what I wanted.
Nickel. All right. You return about the same time that they're done with their conversation, and all of you can regroup.
So how'd it go?
Well, I do believe Vivian intends to court the queen.
Nice.
But yeah, I actually learned some helpful information, I feel like. Thea, I guess they are in an alliance with the water cult.
That's bad.
But it's okay, because that's the one we're going to overthrow.
Overthrowing all of them, aren't we? By overthrow, I mean like wiping from existence so that it's not around anymore.
No, that's the one that I intend to take over.
If you turn out like the queen, I don't want to have to kill you, but I will.
The queen also believes she's receiving visions from a prince of air from another plane of reality.
Like the stone dude, which we crushed, is like the earth guy's amazing. Wasn't he receiving communications from another plane?
I think he was saying that the guy that was in charge was.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably the earth dude.
Okay.
She knows I didn't apologize, right?
We have smoothed things over. As long as you do not talk to her, I don't think there will be any more issues. Thea, did you find anywhere they might have been keeping their delegation member?
No, I went down to the bottom too. It's just griffins. Well, and a big vulture. But no, there's nowhere else.
Any
So-
remains under the vulture?
No. I
Those
think they're
beasts
keeping
are
them
large
somewhere
enough.
else.
There has been mention that this is just one chapter of the Feathergale Society. I wonder where the queen resides when she's not here.
Probably in a weird temple.
What if the delegation member got brainwashed and is wearing one of these guard outfits?
That doesn't seem super likely.
So as it is more likely they have been consumed by one of the griffins or vultures, which would be rather unfortunate.
Well, it would be weird for them to kidnap somebody just to feed them to a vulture.
They might have already extracted what information they need, but
Well, but if they
Okay.
weren't keeping them here, there's nowhere here for them to keep them, though, is the thing.
Yes.
Like,
I do not think it is a likely scenario, but a possible one.
well, we should talk about the ones that are likely, I think, first.
Yes, well, in that case, I believe we need to find where the queen resides, as that is currently, I believe, the most likely place for them to be kept. So perhaps we do not betray all the knights during the assault, so that we can stay in their good graces until we can recover a delegation member.
Just say the delegation member was dead and betray them.
But we still need to recover the delegation member. And unless we can figure out where the queen lives, I don't know that we will be able to find them.
Is the queen considered a bad person, Sean?
Under whose standards?
Are they guilty of an injustice?
I think you're supposed to decide that.
Yeah, you don't just have
just wanna
injustice
do that.
senses. Yeah, if you learn more, yeah, that I don't think you have just a sixth sense to be like, they've committed injustices.
Oh, they've kidnapped someone. I can track her.
Has she done it, or have her minions done it?
She facilitated
told
it.
them to. Yeah. So she's. Look, I can just track her whenever we want. So we can betray. Yes.
Oh, and I took some stuff.
Double yes. Today's getting better and better. I'm allowed to betray these people, and we stole stuff. This is a win.
Okay, but don't tell anybody. Here, I found this stuff.
Even
I'm
we're
gonna
by ourselves.
take the scrolls and the potion and just like show them. And there's also a bunch of feathers in there because I stole one of their capes.
Perhaps we should return to the truck and begin making our way to the monastery. And
Fine.
we will want our truck there instead of relying on their griffins, who may turn on us if we turn on their bonded knights.
I made friends with one of them.
There will be one less griffin that will turn on us.
I don't think they're going to take the griffins down in there.
Okay. Shall we tell whoever that we're leaving?
I think we said we were going to meet him there.
Yeah, I think so.
But perhaps let them know that we are leaving. They may send someone to tail after us to make sure we don't just piss off,
Why would they care?
because they
They're
are
lying
assaulting
on
under
us.
the assumption that they will have our strength backing them.
Because they're a bunch of dweebs.
I will only allow one person with us, and that is Sunburn.
They worship a woman who just found a stick. A big deal. I can find a stick. I found sticks all the time in the swamp.
It's fine.
Shellac.
Whatever. Just tell them we're leaving. Let's leave.
Shellac is jealous. I want to point that out. But he doesn't know how to convey jealousy.
Talking
so
about a
you
lot of
go up
stuff. It
to-
doesn't matter right now. Just go.
You go up to find Thurl.
I was gonna
who
tell one
is-
of the guards.
You find Thurl, because I don't want to voice any more NPCs. He's currently getting ready, like fashioning on like his armor, getting his weapons together. What do you say?
We are heading out to use our vehicle to head to the monastery to prepare for the assault.
Well, all right then. I will. One moment. He leaves for a second and heads to his quarters. And then comes back out a minute later and says, "Well, I was going to. We'll make our approach at the same time, and well, I guess send a signal. I had a scroll that I was going to give you that would have allowed you to convey that you were ready, and we would have made our approach at the same time. But I guess I must have misplaced it. So
Soup here can shoot sunbeams in the sky.
I can
Fine,
do it for
that'll
days.
we'll wait for that signal, and when we see it, we'll make our approach.
Make sure you
Alright.
see it near, because sometimes he just does it for fun when we're nowhere near or ready.
Please just do it when you're ready for us, because maybe twice or something. I don't know what you want
I'll
to
do it
work out a
forever.
pattern. All right, that's going to be confusing. Okay, well, we will meet you there for battle and glory. Huzzah, or something. And he waits for you to leave because he's getting ready and you're in his house.
Okay, bye.
All right, it's during speech. Goodbye.
Don't die. And just
Okay.
walk out backwards, just staring at him as I said that.
All right. So you all head out to Trucky McTruckface and load in to your vehicle and head away from the monastery, back down the switchback path and following the road. It's going to be a long drive to get there. Probably get there like later in the day, towards the evening. But you don't run into any trouble along the way. Are you identifying those scrolls?
Yeah, I'll ritually identify them in the potion, and also that'll give me time to do my new level 5 thing to create an arcane firearm. Pew pew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you identify them. The scrolls are there's one scroll of Skywrite, which you're gathering is the one that he was referring to, that he was gonna give you if you hadn't stole it.
Don't care, he's a big jerk.
There's also a scroll of Beast Bond and a potion of heroism.
Cool, I can't use scrolls, so.
I can use them. I even know Skywrite. And then are we basically, I always forget, are we doing that as long as you're a caster, or what are your limitations on who can use scrolls?
So if it's of a level you can cast and a spell that you can cast, you can do it without any roll. If it is if it's in your class's spell list, but you're too low level, then it requires an Arcana or a check. I need to check. I think it's a check with your spellcasting ability. And if it's not a spell you can cast, you can't cast it.
So I can do Skywrite. I don't know if anyone else can do Beast Bond.
I think it's a druid spell. I don't know if
It's
a
druids and rangers.
Okay, so it would be a spell that you can cast, and I think what level is it?
It's only first.
First. Okay, then yeah. So Niona can cast that without a check.
So I give her that scroll. I'll hold on to Skywrite. And then the heroism potion. For an hour you have 10 temp HP. And you're also under the effect of the bless spell. Do we want to give that to Thea? Because she'll most likely be right up in...
Hey, you don't get to
Things
give away my
faces.
stuff, Jazz.
I am simply suggesting who is best able to use these.
You gonna take it out of my backpack?
Well, he already has it right now.
I opened my backpack, I didn't let him take it out.
I would have need to hold them to identify them.
You can put your hand on it. It says touch, does say hold.
Really possessive of her items.
I took it, it's mine.
So yeah, Thea holds on to the potion then, and scroll to one scroll to Niona, the other one to Jazz.
How many gems were in there?
A couple.
Cool. A couple gems.
If we are skywriting to let them know, can we just put the message, you locked us in a room, you big fat jerk. You'll know it's us.
That's good. No, I
You
think we
locked us in a room, you big fat jerk. That's 10 words. That's the limit.
I worked it out.
Barry was sitting there for the last 10 minutes.
Or it just
That's
says
why
it just says lol. We took it.
Well, we took it.
we're waiting
So
on that
yeah,
apology.
you
I think we should save the scroll. Just use the sunbeams. Oh, also, I'm gonna pull the cloak out. Got
Can I
it.
wear it? So when we're in there, everyone's like, how'd he get him? It's like, haha.
You should probably wait.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's gonna get all bloody.
And
I don't know how to clean feathers. I don't know. It's yours. You do what you want.
I'm wearing it. I'm gonna upgrade it with old mate's one when he dies here.
all right. You well, we're just gonna cut to you. You've parked the car. You ford the river. You reach outside the monastery. It's getting dark. The monastery appears to be almost identical to when you saw before. Actually, you don't even see any lights on inside. No signs of movement.
Should we try and speak to your friend before we signal?
They are waiting for our signal so we can approach and speak, and presumably they will wait.
Yeah.
I can go talk to him.
Should I just be shooting sunbeams off into the night?
Not
yet.
yet.
As much as you really want it.
I'm just standing there like I'm so ready. I'm gonna be so good at this job.
You haven't been shooting sunbeams for a while and you're getting agitated.
So wait, is somebody you doing something before you set it off? I missed it.
I'm gonna go talk to
sneak up.
Renwick.
Go talk to Renwick. Okay. So make a stealth check for me.
Whee.
And if you're sneaking up, unless you're just walking.
No, I'm good. That's the only way I know how to move.
I'll do the nimbles
Oh no.
hand trip again.
I'm gonna use all my lucks. 'Cause I did
Okay.
bad. That's way better. That's a 30.
Okay. You plus this d6, I guess that.
Oh.
Not that it matters.
33.
Okay. Yeah. The 30 wasn't going to work, but the 33 definitely. You sneak up to that side entrance, and it's still unlocked. Actually, the door's still open because I don't think you guys closed it when you left. So I couldn't imagine as you guys were running out of there screaming that the door would be. You would have closed the door behind you.
Wait, the outer door?
Yeah, the outer door.
Well, because we
Renwick,
had Renwick lock the thing in, so
the inner door. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
they
don't know.
magically locked the inside door. Outside door's still open. Renwick doesn't care. He's not paying for the AC. You come in and you see that big like red door again, that to Renwick's room. That is currently closed. You push it open and head inside, and this room is dark. But you just, as you're standing in, there's a little bit of a chill to the room, and you see a set of deep red eyes staring at you from the darkness. And you just hear a voice that says, "Oh, it's you.
Hi.
Hello, Thea, correct?
Yeah.
How long has it been? A decade? 2?
Like a couple of days.
Really? That's short. Felt like longer.
Did you miss me?
It would be insulting for me to say no, right?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Aw.
Oh, your friend's dead.
No, they're outside.
All right. What do you need?
Okay, so we brought some other people, and we're gonna go back down and get rid of Monster Radical Jim,
Oh, good.
and probably the rest of the culties. But caveat, they probably won't like you very much, so I'm warning you. They're not very nice. This is more of an arrangement. Well, we're probably gonna murder them too when we're done.
Well, would you like me to just kill them when they get here?
No, we need them to get rid of the Black Earth guys first.
All right. So, I hate having to hide in my own house.
I know, I'm sorry. But when we get rid of the cult people, then we can go down there and get your phylactery and your brother, and then you can go wherever you want.
All right. So you'll be coming in with some other people.
Yeah, some feather
And-
people.
Oh, from the society. Right.
I think it's a cult, too.
They're all cults.
They have a queen.
If there's a group here that identifies themselves as a group, they're a cult.
Yeah.
Within this valley specifically. I can't speak for the world at large, but everyone here is in a cult.
Yeah. That
It's
seems
a
about
problem.
right.
I lobbied the HOA. They didn't do anything about it.
Well, it's hard like when you can't even leave your house to go to the meetings.
That it is. All
Anyway, so we're gonna fix that, though. But probably just lay low for a little bit.
I'll be here. You just won't see me. But I'm
Okay.
not leaving this room because it's my room. I'll open the door though.
Okay.
He's been making a bit of noise down there, so I imagine he's not going to be too happy.
That's okay. He wasn't very happy when we left either, so.
Right.
Hey, did you know there's another Dr. Radical gym?
No,
Mm-hmm.
there's another one.
Yeah.
Like brothers.
I don't know. I mean, the other one knew about this one, said that he didn't like him and that we could kill him. So maybe brothers.
Huh.
But he's also called
Interesting.
Dr. Radical Jim, so maybe not brothers.
Brothers with terrible parents.
Hmm.
I don't know. If you kill one or both of them, I'd like to dissect them, though, just to see the differences.
That's probably fine.
All right, I'll open the door.
Okay, bye,
Just-
Randy.
Hurry. And he snaps his fingers, and you see that arcane warding around the inside, that door that leads from his room that leads further in the facility. It lights up for a second and then dissipates, and then turns around, and as he turns, just like vanishes from sight.
Dang it, that's cool. Okay, I'll be back.
All right, I'll be here. You hear from the darkness, though you can't see him.
Love you, bye.
You get 30 plus stealth rolls, you also do that. You turn around and you're gone.
Yeah.
So cool.
So yeah, you go back to the group.
Doors open. Randwick's hiding.
Like Fang's been holding Shellac's arms down, be like, don't do it yet.
Like I'm
Hold.
just
Hold.
shaking. I'm just shaking with anticipation.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yay.
I just start shooting sunbeams up in the air, and I just one right after another. And every time I do it, I'm going pow, 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 pow.
Okay, you start
Don't
firing
hit
off.
a griffin. Do hit a griffin.
You don't hit a griffin, but you do hit a bat. It's just like, "Brr," and just it's just gone.
Just hit the ground and just charred lightly.
Well, you're being like rednecks on the 4th of July, and you need to start thinking about the ramifications of your actions. Yeah, you
Whiskey delegation.
yeah.
Half of us are wearing
Uh,
cowboy hats.
Yeah, jeez. You fire those off, and there's a bit of a delay until you hear the sound of some wings beating in the distance and some lights from the lanterns that they're carrying as they approach in the darkness. And you just see a couple of like backlit silhouettes of these griffins carrying through the night, and then they come soaring down, and 6 griffins land, kind of padding to the to the ground outside of the monastery. Thurl at the head, with 5 other knights along with him, and they look around for a second and dismount with their weapons drawn, a little cautiously. Thurl approaches the 6 of you and says, "Any resistance so far?"
Nope.
Good. Well, you've been here before. Let's head inside and see what the situation is.
Oh, you'll be able to hear him.
All right. Good to know. Onward. Draws his weapon, and they all follow, leaving the griffins outside. So, how are you guys proceeding right now? Are you guys leading the group?
We'll lead him to the door at least. I just want to be in front so I can see my fancy cape I made on my way over here.
Okay. You lead the 6 of them to the door in Renwick's room. And you can see the chambers leading down. Some of them kind of looking around. One kind of begins to poke things on the desk.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Don't.
Why?
Because when Dr. Radical Jim did that, he turned into a big rock monster and started making those noises.
Don't touch
All right,
anything but the giant creature.
All right. Thurl looks down the staircase that leads into further in the facility and says, "Well, we'll move quick and as quietly as possible and see if we can get the jump on the fell beast."
Great.
Oh, we should have had them stand on the trap door so I could have taken the slide down.
Oh, that was fun.
Why would you do that?
Well, the first time was an accident. I did it on purpose.
Fine.
Oh, yes, Fess.
And the 6 of them begin to head down the stairs ahead of you.
Do we close the door and get Renwick to put the spell back up? And then we...
No, I think we're actually gonna go help.
I'm not sure. I've been waiting to see how if you guys are just leading them down there to die.
No,
and then...
we're gonna go help. But we go in, and then before we close the door behind us, I turn around and whisper out into the room, "You're welcome."
You just hear a faint voice from inside the room. "Thank you."
Don't touch Renwick's things.
Mm-hmm. You head down the steps into... I'm going to change the music here. Something a little spookier. You head down the stairs into the facility. You've come... I don't think you guys have come through these stairs, have you? No, you guys only took the elevator. So it's a stone staircase that leads down for a bit, and then it transitions into these retrofitted metal stairs that have been built into the facility itself, which has been built kind of within whatever old structure was here. It goes down a few flights until you reach a set of those hospital doors that have the window in the center of them on each side, which just push open, swings both ways, except one of those doors has been ripped off of the hinges. You see scrapes along the walls. Sections of the linoleum floor have been pulled up. It looks like something in here has rampaged around with fury. You reach the bottom here and kind of peer down the hallway. It only goes left from here, and you can see the T junction where the elevator would be. Beyond that, the do not enter part of the facility, the doors you guys haven't gone through, and then the turn that would lead down to where you saw the zombies and the zombie beholder and all that stuff, and Dr. Jim. However, it's very still. You don't see anything yet. Thurl, who's near the front of the group, turns and says, "What is this place?"
It is a research facility of sorts, but one where they have been practicing and researching necromancy. Unless Dr. Jim has broken them out, there were some contained zombies as well as a zombie. Would we know it was a zombie beholder, or just
Sure.
describing what it
Zombie
is like?
beholder. Yeah, we're fine. We all know what it is, so you guys can know what it is.
And then there is, of course, Dr. Jim himself.
See what happens when you lock the door? Put people in small rooms. Destruction.
While they're talking, I'm gonna creep up a little bit, see if I can see anything else.
Okay. You creep down to the end of the hallway, where that junction is. You see the elevator, where the door had been like punched in, as you guys had tried to make your escape, has been like destroyed and like torn down. Like this is no longer usable. It looks like whatever, like when they rampaged, when you went up the elevator, they broke the mechanism, so the elevator can't be called back down now. The doors at the end of the hallway that leading to that do not enter area look undisturbed. However, as you peer around the corner, you do notice a couple of things. All of the chambers with the zombies in them, with the glass walls and stuff, all of those walls have been busted open. However, you don't see any zombies.
I hear anything?
No, it's dead quiet.
I'm gonna creep down to the door that we didn't go through before. The undisturbed one.
Yeah. You creep down to the end. Make a perception check.
19.
19. You listen. It's quiet. You hear like a bit of like a whistling noise, like there's some like a large room with air flowing through it. But nothing too disturbing.
Is there anywhere else he could have gone?
Well, down the room with the room with all the smashed doors open, that leads down to the very end where it juts off between the prison cells and the research lab.
Okay, I'm just gonna creep. Just see if he's down there.
Okay. Thea disappears around the corner to where the zombie holding.
And I guess in the
were.
message stone, I'd be like, I'm fine. He let all the zombies out.
It's at this point Fang probably realizes he can't see Thea. And that's not good.
Just said I'm fine.
But still.
Creep, creep, creep.
You creep down to the end of the hall, where you look to your right, and you see the holding cell where you rescued Bruce before, where you locked the zombie beholder in. That door's still closed. To the left, you look down to where the lab for Dr. Jim would be. Those doors are also closed.
Do they have like windows or anything?
They do. You can creep up to them.
Let's go look.
Make your way down to the end of the hall. And look up into the room. You see there's like a kind of a flashing fluorescent light from the ceiling, which has been partially destroyed. It's kind of strobing every few seconds, so you're just getting like flashes of what's in the room. In those intermittent flashes, you're looking around. The room's mostly empty. You see the body of Helen Ray is gone, as are the bodies of those two zombie ogres. And then there's a faint bit of light coming from a monitor at the end of the room. And you see somebody sitting at the desk in front of that monitor. human-sized.
Uh-oh. Guys, I think Dr. Jim is Dr. Jim again.
And can you just like kill him now?
There's a person sitting at the computers.
Should we bring the whole group? It will probably be more likely to have a conversation if we show that we have a superior force.
Maybe, but if he can still turn into the monster, he might just like freak out.
True, but then at least we will all be there instead of you on your own.
Oh no, I know. I think you guys should come down here. But maybe we don't all go into the room at first and then everybody just waits around the corner.
He's good at speaking, so I'll be there.
No. Vivian, come help me.
Yeah, I can come.
The first sign of danger.
Sorry, you did threaten to eat his heart, so.
I promised, didn't threat.
Okay, yeah. Everybody be quiet.
All right.
Stealth rouse, everyone.
Yep.
Everyone makes stealth checks. Oh boy, I've got so many stealth checks to make.
I'm gonna use the nimbleness on me because believe I'm at disadvantage because of my arm.
Hey,
Oh.
Shelly.
Oh my god, I am the shadows. Ninja vanish.
Um,
I'm gonna
So I
use
had-
my luck.
had to roll at disadvantage because Warforged armor, but I'm trying to figure out if I use the luck, should I just roll one more again instead of figuring out which of these was the first roll? Because I rolled them at the same time.
Oh. Yeah, just roll one more again.
Okay. Okay, that's better than any of them. That brings me to 17. The quietest Jazz has ever been.
All right. You so what are the rolls?
Got
Got
an 18.
16.
16, 18.
I used a luck point. I got the exact same thing, so 13.
Okay.
Better than my 5 would have been.
So
telling the
16,
other
18,
people to stay?
13. Well, do you want them to stay behind?
We're having them come up, but they'll stay back with the rest of us that are staying back. I don't know if it's going to be just Vivian and Thea going in to talk to him, or...
Yeah, that's the question. Do you want them to be outside so they could be in combat immediately if things happen,
Yeah.
or do you want them all the way? Okay. Then
Okay, so they can be in combat. How about we just don't combat and we just kill?
yep.
I see no way to
Sure.
kill without doing combat.
Unless you can do a lot of damage real quick. Sorry, I'm pulling up that thorough sheet. I can get for the Feather Gale. Okay, Feather Gale Knights. So I'm just gonna do one roll for the Knights. They have Scale Mail, which I think is disadvantage.
Yep, that's what I have.
So it's a 7 for their group as a whole. And Thurl, who has a breastplate, is not disadvantage. Rolls a 6. He had a +2, so that could have been better. All right. You as a group head down the hall, following Thea's instructions. You do not move as quietly as you would like. Those of you a little more perceptive realize that it's very unlikely that he's not going to know you're here. And in fact, as you're approaching, Actually, no sign, no sign that he doesn't move from the computer. But Thea, you see your whole entourage of the five the Feathergale Knights and Thurl and
She's like visibly rolling her
party.
eyes.
Yeah, coming around the corner.
Oh my god.
Same look on Fang's face as he's leading him, just hearing the clatter behind. It's like,
And even hear how quiet Jazz is over their noise.
don't bring people. Would have been quiet.
I'm gonna get Vivian to go in with me because people seem to really like talking to her. Oh, they're making a lot of noise. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door.
I'm not
to the
gonna try
lab
to
room.
pretend like we're trying to hide. That seems
So
dishonest.
You knock on the door to the lab room, and it sort of swings like a little bit as you knock on it, but the gesture is noted, and you hear a voice. You hear the voice of Dr. Jim from inside. A call out says, "I appreciate the formality, but I know you're there. Come in."
Hi, Dr. Jim. You
He
look
doesn't turn around from
different.
the computer. Oh, you mean not huge and brutish? Yes, I was able to gain some control over those developments.
Control, so you can turn back into that?
Perhaps.
Very cool, Dr. Jim. What have you been doing down here?
Continuing my research in peace.
Alone?
Do you see anyone else here?
No.
Then yes.
What happened to everybody else?
They're around.
Like close? Because I didn't hear them. They were
As
kind
I
of
said.
loud last time.
I gained control. Like, you're about to make perception checks.
Uh-oh.
Are you two the only ones in the room?
I think so. Ooh.
14.
25.
25, 14. Okay. The 14, you just see him. It hasn't turned around from the computer yet, just still facing away from you, typing away at something. You see some blue text moving, or white text moving on this blue screen. Thea, you hear the sound of dripping, and it draws your attention up, and you see the drop ceiling of the room has been completely cleared away as it was last time you were here, and there was all those like ducts and stuff moving through it. However, a lot of that has been destroyed, as now impaled into the ceiling on a series of bone-like spikes, you see dozens of human forms of those zombies, alongside some of the zombie ogres, pinned by like hands and legs. They're just like sort of slightly moving and kind of looking down, but not making any noise, just sort of like shifting a little bit against the spikes. You also see Helen Ray, also undead, kind of impaled with like one spike through her gut in the center of the ceiling, kind of like reaching out in your direction, but again remaining perfectly quiet.
I'm going to poke Vivian. So she'll look at me
I look.
and then go, And then point up.
And you see the same sight above.
So, Dr. Jim, how's your research going? Have you found out anything cool?
Yes. Yes, I've discovered much during my brief moments of solitude here and my exposure to the Black Earth. I was limited in my thinking. There's so much more that we could accomplish with this substance. In fact, and spins around in the chair, and you see him look out at you, but his face is a bit different than it was before. It's a little distorted. His eyes aren't quite where they're supposed to be. His nose is kind of like, it looks like he's taken this human form, but not perfectly. Everything's a little like melty. In fact, like he holds out like kind of, you seeing his hands as he turns around, like some of his fingers are backwards. Again, it's like he's taken the form of Dr. Jim, but hasn't quite figured out how to take it perfectly yet. But he looks at you and sort of crosses his legs and says, I've been needing new test subjects.
We could totally go get you some.
But you've brought me so many already. He stands up from the chair,
Yeah, well,
begins to walk across the room in your direction.
okay, you got me. That was kind of what I meant. Hey, guys!
Damn. I think we bust in the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's like Silent Hill in
him.
here!
I'd like everyone to roll initiative. I'm going to bring us over to the page.
Oh, this turned into the thing. Holy shit.
Did.
It's gotten a lot of different directions.
Oh, Dr. Jim. Why you gotta be like that?
You mean the best? Thank you, G, for giving me this character to work with. All right. I got a lot of initiative to roll here, guys. Thurl. Actually, I'm just going to have all of the knights go on Thurl's turn, because that's just going to be
That seems good.
easier. Rolls a 20. That's shit. No, they're all going to go separately now, because that's too good. Dr. Jim. 12, of course. All right.
Who are these wonderful Batmen?
The Feathergale Knights.
They look like they're all trying to be Batman, huh?
They're the Feathergale Knights. They're not related to Batman at all.
Why do they look like they're trying to be Batman?
They're trying to be Catwoman's henchmen.
Also doesn't have feathers.
They're the Court of Owls.
Is that really what they look like?
Those
That
images
is
would have
really
made
what
more
they look like.
sense
They're way less
if-
scary.
The feather. Okay, that is not art that I picked. Just 100%. That's the by the book art for the Feathergale
I've never
Knights.
seen.
It looked like,
I've only ever done it from the actual like PDF and never used the tokens.
yeah.
Oh
Look
my
how
God,
cool
they-
Thurl looks.
Oh, they're
Look how
Yeah.
not cool they look
Yeah,
like. They
he
look
looks
cool.
like
They're
Immortan
such
Joe, but
dweebs.
hot.
Yeah.
See, that makes sense if Thea stole all their capes, but she only stole one.
So they look like this, but they're also wearing white feathered capes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, they're nerds.
Ridiculous.
We could have just.
All right.
If I knew they looked like that, we could have just killed them at the
They're
tower.
LARPing.
That just would have been like, no, we're just gonna kill you now.
All right. I think Jazz gets to go
Yeah,
first.
I've managed a natural 20 on initiative.
Except I have I get to be the first 19 to go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I'm the
Oh.
second 16.
I always complain about going last in initiative, but now that I'm first, not sure what to do. I want to make my flamethrower and just kill it all with fire, but we may need the temp HP.
Going first is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it with fire. So action to Eldritch Cannon, basically strapping on it again a wrist device, and it's going to be the flamethrower. And basically gonna try and move in and position myself to catch Dr. Jim and as many of the ceiling zombies as I can in,
Okay.
I think it's a 15-foot cone. 15-foot cone, dex saves.
All right. The zombie sheet, which I forgot to roll for the zombies.
Nope, they're stuck on the ceiling. They don't get to do anything.
All right. Dexterity. I'm gonna roll their initiative. The tracker. Perfect. They're last.
Yeah, my DC is 16.
That's a 4 for the zombies, which I'm just gonna roll for collectively, and then Dr. Jim gets advantage. It's a 16.
So that meets.
Okay.
That's going to be 9 points of fire damage.
All right. I'm gonna. I had to put 1 on the board here, but I'll move him back to the GM layer until we get some in the fight. 9 points of damage. I'll say you catch 3 of the zombies.
Okay.
With that. All right. And then Dr. Jim gets hit by the blast, and it like washes over him, and it seems like a natural resilience to it. It takes half damage for the saving throw, and then also it takes half of the fire damage. So that'll be 2 points of damage.
Well, it appears we will want other methods than killing him with fire.
As the fire kind of washes over, his lab coat begins to burn away, but his flesh and stuff seems largely unscarred by it. Is that it for Jazz?
Yes.
All right. It's Thurl and his hench people's turns. Okay. Thurl is going to make 2 attacks as he draws his greatsword and goes to attack Dr. Jim. It's a 7 and a natural 1. Both miss. The Feathergale Knights. Oh boy, they all make 2 attacks. All right, gonna do these real quick. First one, 10, 23 hits. Natural 20, 13, 15, 19, 5, 18. Okay, so that will be a total of 4. All right, also resistant to all of these. 4, 8, 12, 14. 14 points of damage for the attacks that hit. All right, so they all come running up with their weapons, all of the knights at the same time. Drawing their swords and sort of charging into battle valiantly. You see a lot of them kind of slashing. Dr. Jim seems to like maintain kind of a focus on those that he was talking to, Thea and Vivian, and sort of like sidesteps a couple of these attacks with this like unnatural reflex. The other ones that slash into him, carve into his body, don't like dig as deep as you would expect, but also you don't see any blood form as he is stabbed. Takes a little bit of damage, looks mostly okay as mostly his clothing is sort of torn up. At the end of all of their turns, Dr. Jim is going to use a legendary action to attack. What? You guys left him a long time to bulk up. He's been down here just pumping iron.
Now he's Dr. Legendary, Jim.
Yeah.
They're legendary actions? What the hell?
Yeah. He's going to take a legendary action, and he's going to attack one of the Feathergale Knights with a bone spike. That is, well, that's pretty terrible. It's a 13. You watch as one of the knights dodges out of the way as just this massive bone spur just kind of like shoots out of Dr. Jim's chest for a moment. The knight dodges out of the way, avoiding the attack, and then the whole thing sort of retracts back into Dr. Jim's body. It's pretty gruesome. Thea, it is your turn.
That's cool. My sheet's frozen and won't load, so
Oh no.
I'm gonna do this from memory. Thanks, Roll20. I'm going to pop up and try to, in the midst of the chaos, try to stab Dr. Radical Jim
Okay.
with Greg.
Darting around all the Feathergale Knights.
Mm-hmm. Like around to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Uh, 21.
Hits.
Cool. Greg does a d6. Snack attack. That's 21 slashing damage. And he gets heavy.
Greg is magical. Okay. And then Greg is a magical weapon.
Yeah,
so he
Greg
takes
is
full damage
magical.
from that.
And his movement speed is reduced.
All right.
By 5
you
feet.
come in kind of darting between, take a slash at Dr. Jim's body with Greg. And this one like cuts cleanly through the flesh, and you see this kind of black ooze begin to form out the kind of like fall out the sides. Dr. Jim kind of like staggers a little bit from that and looks at you, like one of his eyes like kind of move, like he whips his head over and one of the eyes keeps moving around to the side and just glares down at you.
Bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Bye, Dr. Jim.
All
Like
right.
to move away.
All right, you retreat. We'll say, Nyona, take your turn.
Okay. In the space that Thea just left, I'm gonna try this and see what happens. It's this one cantrip. I want to choose the info and not actually roll for it, but it's called Starburst, and I don't know how to the info.
Change it in the settings cog to spell card instead of attack.
Ah, thank you. It's been a while since I've done this. I can also just do this. Let's try this. See if it works. We'll use this first damage. That's what it is.
Okay. 5-foot cube. You can see within range. All right. So charisma saving throw.
Yeah, it's against 15.
Okay. That's a 21.
Dang. Okay. Wanted to try it first. Within that cube, could I get any of the ones on the ceiling, or are they too far away?
With a 5-foot cube, probably
Yeah.
not. You could get one of the Feathergale Knights if you wanted to. Oops.
No, for now I think we need him, so I'm gonna not do that.
Okay. That'll end Nyona's turn. Dr. Jim's going to take a second legendary action as your turn ends and is going to do another bone spike attack at one of the other knights. That's a 24 to hit. That'll be 16 piercing damage. That knight, it takes out pretty much half his health there. And that knight also needs to make a con save. That's a 15, which succeeds. All right. That ends Jim's turn. As again, another bone spike juts out. This one faster than before. Catches this knight off guard. Kind of stabs right into his shoulder. You see him retract backwards as the spike is then just yanked right back out. That is Shellax's turn.
Okay. So real quick, can I do, since I have extra attack now, can I do Radiant Sunbeam twice on it?
You mean your fist attack where you just send the bolts out?
Yeah, Radiant
Yeah.
Sunbeam.
You can do that. You can do that for each of your regular attacks.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that it says in Radiant Sunbeam, if I want to do it, I can do it twice as a bonus action if I spend a key point.
Yeah. So normally you can do your regular attacks that you use as an action. You can substitute those for the Radiant Bolt. For your bonus action attack, it's either an unarmed attack, or if you spend the key point, you can do 2 Radiant Sunbolt attacks.
Okay, got it. I just wanted to kind of get that order down. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do my Radiant Sunbeam twice as my attack roll then.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Misses.
That's 15.
Misses.
Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the key point, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the key point to do it as a special attack twice as a bonus action.
Okay. So 2 more attacks.
God, oh come on, 11
Misses. Yep.
and a 22 finally.
Hits.
All right, that's 6 radiant.
All right. Which he is not resistant to. Okay, 6 points of radiant damage. As you send out 4 bolts, you're having a hard time getting between this crowd of people ahead of you. Just kind of like going overhead, missing Jim, and then finally you get one good strike, setting off one last bolt. This one connects with like right in the knee. It sort of like blasts a chunk out of his leg, dealing a good strike. That will end Shellac's turn. Fang.
Okay, I have a very dumb idea, everyone. It'll be very good, but also very dumb. Question shown, can I hold my action to cast a spell till after Douchebag's turn?
After Jim's turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. What spell are you preparing?
Aura of Protection or Distraction.
Okay.
It's a new one. It's when I cast a spell, I radiate an otherworldly energy that warps the fate of all creatures in 30 feet of me. I can decide either Celestial or Fiend. If I choose Celestial, every attack made by or against a creature inside is a natural 1. If I choose Fiend, every attack made by or against someone inside is a natural 20.
Okay.
So until like the start of my next turn. And I kind of just don't want to be, hey Jim,
can you
here's
proc the
natural-"
spell in the chat so I can read it?
He doesn't. Output spell card. Okay. Boom.
Yeah. So you want to
Wait till after he's had his turn so we don't get a free round of natural 20s.
Yeah, start of your next turn. Every attack roll made by or against.
Either that or I'll delay my turn till after him and then I'll go.
Yeah, you can't delay your turn, but you can hold your action. You're just maintaining concentration on the spell until you cast it.
Okay.
So if you get hit by anything,
I just need to be within 30 feet of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just go within 30 feet of him.
Okay, and you're gonna do it right after his turn.
Yep.
All right. So that is Fang's turn. Begins to cast a spell. You see, focusing on that. 30 feet is going to get everyone. So,
Just don't get hit by anything else, everyone.
that will. At the end of Fang's turn, he is going to. Dr. Jim's going to use his last legendary action for this round, and is going to make an attack against that same knight that he hit before. His bone spike is a 21. That'll hit. That is 15 piercing damage. And another con save. Denied, so it fails. He is... Well, you can't tell, but he is poisoned. Okay, that will end his turn. Vivian.
Okay. I would like to bonus action hex the good doctor, and then I would like to hit him twice with 2 Eldritch Blasts if they hit.
Okay.
It's a natural 20 and
Hits.
a dirty 20.
Both hit.
Oh, yay. Okay. What does my do? Okay, that's going to be 24 force and 7 necrotic.
All right. 24 force, 7 necrotic.
Yeah. How far away from him am I currently?
I mean, within 30 feet.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna move back, and that's
Okay.
all I'm doing.
All right. That ends Vivian's turn. It will be... Oh, wait. He's resistant to necrotic. I forgot about that. I want to give him 4 hit points back.
Ooh, and I'm
All
gonna
right.
hex his strength checks.
Okay. Good to know. At the start of his turn, you watch as some of the wounds that he has taken begin to heal. He gains 20 hit points. And is also going to take on his beefy form. You watch his body begin to contort and twist and grow as the flesh kind of like expands outward and these bone shards jut out, and you see him take on this massive form, and then is going to start pounding away at the knights around him. Let's see. That will be a fist attack against the first knight. So he makes 4 attacks. First one misses. Hits. 11 bludgeoning damage. Kills the first knight. So the one that was poisoned punches him, and you watch like you see like his neck crack, and that knight just goes slamming into the ground with the second fist attack. Then holds out an arm, and 2 bone shards come shooting out towards the 2 knights on either side. That's going to be an 18, which will hit, and an 11, which will miss. That's 16 points of piercing damage. And another con save from that knight. So save there 15, which succeeds. And that will end Dr. Jim's turn. So you're casting your spell, Fang?
Yeah, I'll do the feigned one, so every attack by or against anyone in this 30-foot radius of me is considered a natural 20.
Okay.
So I'll tell everyone, attack big, don't hold back.
That ends the doctor's turn. However, at the end of his turn, the Feathergale Knight that he killed rises as a zombie. And the zombies on the ceiling fall to the ground.
No, drop zombies.
I have to live with drop bears. I don't need drop zombies in my life.
They are going to take their turns against the knights, and they're also going to roll natural 20s on all their attacks. So
Sucks to be those nuts.
yeah, we're about to see if they make it. Oh, God. Okay, so I just have to roll. This is going to be really complicated. I'm just going to roll real dice, so it'll be easier. All right, so 2d6 for the first one. That's 7. 8 points of damage. That attack. Second zombie. That's bad. That's 4 points of damage.
Okay, Mr. Feathergale Knight. I didn't realize zombies would attack. I was trying to get it after everyone had their turn. I'm not turning against you.
Oh, that one was 13 points of damage. All right. So as these zombies drop to the ground, amongst all the knights who are just up in the front, none of you guys have like really pushed your way up to the front right now. So all the zombies come in and just start to punch away, just supernaturally really good at punching in this one moment. So that is going on to one of the knights that's still up. Looks really rough. The other one takes a big hit as well. Thurl and one of the other knights are unscathed. That ends the zombies' turns. Jazz, it is your turn.
Okay. I only have one attack roll spell, but it does fire, which is going to be resistant to, but it's also all going to crit, so it's probably going to be worth it. So, first for my bonus action, I'm going to flamethrower again, try and catch as many of the little zombies and hopefully Dr. Jim as I can without hitting the Feathergale guys, because they're being very good meat shields.
I'll say you could get the zombies without hitting the Feathergale guys. You're probably not going to get Dr. Jim without hitting the Feathergale guys, because they're all crowded around him right now.
So yeah, with the bonus action flamethrower, I'll just get the little zombies. So dex saves, please.
Okay, just do the one. It's a 12.
That fails, but I only rolled 3 fire damage.
All right, 3 points of fire damage to the 3 zombies that dropped off the ceiling. Oh, that's all right. With your action?
For my action, I will cast Scorching Ray at 2nd level. Since that crits, it's 2d6 for the 3 of them. Gonna send them all to Dr. Jim. And as Jazz does this, you would have seen on the drive over, they would have picked up just like a random stick on the side of the road, but engraved runes and stuff into it. And as they casted it, glows and makes the spell more powerful. So 3 rays times 2d6 becomes 12d6. Even though I roll 20, and then with the arcane firearm, I get to add a d8 to 1 damage roll. But since that also crits, plus 2d8. Okay. So that's gonna be that was pretty good for the Scorching Ray. So that's
pretty good.
56 total that he's resistant
to 28. All right, 28 points of damage as all the fire bolts come like streaking out and just like against Dr. Jim, blasting away, resisting most of the fire, but still a pretty heavy impact there. Whose big hulking form. All right, that's Jazz's turn. The other zombies on fire and weakened. So Thurl and the Thurlettes are all going to make their turns, all with crits. So let me just, I think they're going to focus on
big guy.
They're getting hit by a bunch of zombies. I don't care. They're not listening to you. They don't care what you're saying. They're going for the zombies.
They're dead to me. Literally.
Thurl is going to he is going to hit. I think Thurl will go for the big guy and the other ones go for the little one. So he is going to roll 46 plus 3. Great sword attack. Holy shit, that was so many 6s. 18, 21, 24 slashing damage for the first attack. Holy shit, you're rolling really good, Thurl, now. 24, 34, 40, 42, 43 points of slashing damage. Also halved, though, so 21 points of damage total. Ow. And then the zombies, or the knights, will then attack the zombies. I hate this spell so much because you had to do this spell on when in the combat when I'm doing so much rolling. All right, so that's 2d8 for each of them times 2. So there's 3 of them left. So it's 12d8. Okay. They kill the zombies. I don't even know why I care. They crit. They kill the zombies. I'm not even gonna roll for this. Each one of them moves forward, slashing the zombies because a crit automatically kills them. They don't make their saving throws. All the zombies are dead. That's just the easiest way for me to do it. They were gonna do enough damage to do that. They cleared the board of the zombies though. That will end their turns. At the end of their turns, Dr. Jim's gonna make a legendary action with his bone spike, and is going to target one of these surviving knights. That is going to be a, let's see, with a crit, that'll be 4d10. That's 35 points of piercing damage. And one of the knights that was unscathed at this point is now dead. Just like impales him through the back, straight through the chest, piercing his heart, and that knight is deceased. Ends his turn. That's Thea's turn now.
I would like to go stab Dr. Jim, please.
Do it.
And it's a crit, if I understand
Yes, it is.
the nonsense that's happening correctly.
Yeah.
Guess how many d6s that is?
All of them.
It's 8.
Oh, there's so many.
Wow, Greg! Good job, buddy! 26. That's 47 slashing damage. Hi, Dr. Jim.
All right.
You're about to lose your license.
47 points of damage as you run up with Greg and slash again. You cleave straight like through a large chunk of the flesh, just kind of sloughs off to the side. Dr. Jim, you've carved away. I mean, is like a big undead hulking thing. Looks rough, looking rough now. Already was looking rough, looking rougher.
Oh, he's heavy. I don't remember if he made the save last time. It
Oh,
was so
didn't
long
make-
between turns.
So forgot to make the save. That's a strength save. Rolled a 24 on
Yeah.
his first one.
So he's
heavy.
back where he started. And he's
Okay.
he's 1 heavy.
Doesn't he get disadvantage from something from Vivian?
X's
she
ability
hex him?
checks.
No.
Ability checks, not
Okay.
saving throws.
Okay.
Anything else, Thea? I assume you run away.
Disengage. Bye, Dr. Jim.
All right. End of your turn is going to take a second legendary action, and is going to attack one of the other knights because you ran away.
This is just working out perfectly in Fang's mind. He's probably standing in the middle of this whole room, just casually like cleaning something from his teeth, and he's like, "We're killing him. He's killing them. I don't have to do a thing." It's
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not getting stabbed for one of these fools.
Another bone spike comes out and impales another one of the knights, killing him. Ends Thea's turn. Iona.
Okay, so I only have one spell that can attack, and it's Primal Savagery, so it's 2d10. It's
Okay.
the most I can do. And that's 11 damage. 11 acid damage.
Acid damage? Okay.
Yeah.
Not resistant to that. 11 points of acid damage as you slash at Dr. Jim. So you move up to melee to slash at Dr.
Yeah.
Jim. Okay.
I'm just gonna stay there because if I try to move, he's gonna hit me too. So we're just gonna be there.
All right. That ends Niona's turn. Fang. Or not Fang. Shellac, it is your turn.
So every one of my attacks is going to be a crit, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to do everything that I did in my previous turn again and shoot. So spending the key point, doing 4
Okay.
radiant.
What's your
sunbeam.
What's your die roll? It's a D6, right?
D4.
No, you should be at a D6 by now.
The martial
I'm pretty
arts
sure.
die should have leveled up.
I don't. Maybe. I'd have to
I'm pretty
look
sure.
that.
Go for a D6 right now. We'll look it up later.
All right, so it would normally be
Six.
1. So 1d6 plus 4 is what it would normally be.
Okay, so roll. So 4 attacks. So that'd be 46 with a crit. Do 8d6, and then we'll add in the modifier as well. So 8d6 plus
4.
6 plus 12, or no, 16.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about my damage real quick? So, like,
Yeah.
as a cantrip, it leveled up when I leveled to level 5, so it was 2d10 at base. Does that mean it was 4d10 total?
Oh yeah.
Oh
So,
shit, let me roll 2 more. Give me one second.
Yeah,
All right, so that was
Done.
22 plus the 16.
Plus
so that would
16.
be- so 38.
38.
38 radiant.
Okay, 38 points of radiant damage.
And it's 9 more damage plus acid damage from me. Sorry, I
Alright, 9 more
completely
points of acid
misunderstood
damage.
that.
All right, yeah. All the bolts hit, the slashing, like you guys are like just carving away at him. It's rough. At the end of Shellac's turn, before Fang's turn ends, he is gonna make an attack on Niona because you are in melee with the bone spike, and that is going to be a crit against you, which will be 4d10 plus 5. Let's see. 32 points of damage.
I'm
think it's a-
exactly at 0.
That's exactly your hit points. What are the odds? Yeah, you Niona takes a spike straight to the chest and immediately drops. That is the end of Shellac's turn. And that'll put it to Fang's turn, and the spell, this horrible spell, is over.
This amazing spell. Okay, somebody went down. Okay, so that's there's a slight hiccup with this spell.
A slight hiccup.
Okay, well then, of course, I am definitely going to at least healing word. Oh no, I'll walk up and do an actual cure wounds. Level 2
Okay.
on Dr. Jim. No. There you go. There's 13 health.
All right. 13 health. Niona, you are conscious again.
And I will bonus action shift because I too can change. You're not the only one,
Everyone
Dr.
can
Jim.
change.
And I believe that is everything I can do right now.
All right.
I will get up in his face and stand over my little friend.
Do it. All right. That is the end of your turn. Vivian, it is your go now.
So tell me something good, Sean. Does Dr. Jim count as a creature made as stone or crystal or metal now?
He does not count as a creature made of stone. or
Darn!
crystal metal.
Okay. I did not hear anything good. Okay, well, I... Okay. I will. I'll just Eldritch Blast him again.
Okay.
That's going to be a 19 and a 17.
Both hit.
Yay. Okay, that's going to be 24 force. And then I maxed on necrotic, but I know he's resistant. That's 12 necrotic.
12 necrotic. Okay. So how much force was it again? Sorry.
24.
24 plus 6, so 30 points of damage total. All right. You blast away more Eldritch Blasts, kind of crashing into him. He's looking very rough. End of your turn, Vivian. No?
Bonus action, I'm going to summon a tentacle.
Do your tentacle thing. All right, tentacle appears out of the ground and comes whipping out at Dr. Jim.
That's a dirty 20.
All right, that hits.
Okay, that's going to be 4 lightning damage and 1 necrotic.
Okay, 4 points of lightning damage. Okay, 4 points of lightning damage as that hits. Also, as the lightning moves through him, as his turn starts, doesn't heal this time. You learn. Foiled again. That ends your turn. Starts his turn. Isn't healing. Is looking
I'm just
very
waiting for her
rough.
to yell no again.
Yeah. Dr. Jim is going to yep, tentacles, my greatest weakness and my strength. Is going to make his attacks
phrasing.
in a flurry right now of just trying to kill something. Let's see. All right. Yeah, we're going to do 2 attacks with the Bone Spike against Fang.
Clearly done nothing wrong to him.
It's a natural 20 on the first one.
Oh, I would like to use my reaction because I have a fancy spell called Avoid Grievous Injury, which means not crit damage, it's normal.
That's good.
It's how I save myself against my aura.
All right, so yeah, you reduced that by a fair amount. So I'm gonna need 2 con saves from you.
Of course you will. Okay,
Yes,
I am going to use my last little luck thing on the second one because that was a 1.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one it is not super amazing. It is only a 14.
Okay, that fails.
My second one is a 21.
Yeah, it won't matter on the second one. So you take a
poisoned.
total. You take you're poisoned. No other effects. No effect as far as you can tell, though. No disadvantage or anything.
Oh, sweet.
But just mark that you're poisoned permanently. The
Permanently.
other,
Sweet.
yeah. The damage, 19 points of damage on the first one, and 22 on the second one. For his second 2 attacks, is going to make a punch at Thurl, who's been up in his face. Roll 20 is doing the thing where it won't let me scroll down on the sheets. I hate that so much. All right. Fist attack. First one is an 11. The second one's a 22. That's 13 points of bludgeoning damage to Thurl. All right. Ends his turn. I know we're going late, guys, but I think we can finish this combat pretty soon, so we'll stop once we're done. Jazz, it is your go.
Okay. Gonna then another bonus action flamethrower, dex save from Dr. Jim. And again,
Okay.
trying to angle it. I don't know if there are any more drop zombies. I know that Helen Rain, the ogres are up there, but if they're
Yeah, there's still a bunch up there. None have dropped down yet.
that's a little better. That's 9 points of fire damage.
All right.
Dex save of 16.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dex save. Advantage, that's still fails. That's only an 8. So it takes 4 points of fire damage.
And then Jazz is gonna actually move up into his face and gonna position themselves so that this Thunder Wave cube only hits Dr. Jim and not any of my buddies. But so they need to make a con save.
Okay, that's
Only doing it at level 1.
22.
Okay, so they're not gonna get pushed away, but still gonna take extra thunder damage because again, bringing up that arcane firearm, and whereas with Scorching Ray it glowed red. This time it's bluish.
Okay.
So that's going to be 13 points of thunder damage, and then halved for making the save.
6. All right.
And that is action and bonus action, but now got another big target in front of Jim for him to hit.
Yeah, and I think considering how rough he is going to immediately retribution strike against you with the bone spur, bone spike. 17 to hit.
Nope, misses.
Okay.
I got my shield up in the way.
Yeah, so just deflects off the bone spike, kind of grinding against it, but you able to deflect it from piercing your robot body. Thurl's turn is going to make 2 attacks. 23 hits, 10 misses. That's 4 points of damage after the reduction. Looking so rough right now. Thea.
I know it's gonna like really surprise everyone. I would like to go stab Dr. Jim.
Yeah, I figured.
Thank you.
All right, make your attack.
That's 19 plus 9.
That'll hit.
Okay, I've been doing math for like 4 hours. I'm done. Ooh. That's 22 slashing damage.
All right. Well, once again, zombie killer Thea comes rushing up as the blast of thunder and the fire hits Dr. Jim, distracted, trying to hit Thurl. You come rushing up, kind of climbing up the bone spikes coming out of the back. Bring up your
Greg.
Your Greg and slash through kind of the meaty neck and the head of Dr. Jim, and you just cleave right through, decapitating him, and the body just crashes to the ground.
They look so pleased.
And as soon as the fight ends and kind of like takes a step back, there's one Feathergale Knight left. He's just like on the brink, has 2 hit points left. It's just on the brink. And Thurl, who's mostly okay, but has taken a little bit of damage, kind of staggers. And that thing was a lot more than I was expecting. Jeez.
Can I like get down and like lean over to I guess Fang is probably close by and be like, hey, should we kill the other little guy and just like take Thurl hostage?
Only kill one?
Well, we should talk.
Hemp or silk?
Let's
What was that about hemp or
let's-
silk?
Let's do Silk so he'll tell us where the delegation person is held.
Okay. And I guess can I just try and stun them so you can just tie them up easier?
Are you trying to? You're gonna go after both of them, or you're killing the little one and then taking Thurl?
Killing the little one.
I say
tying
little
up
one.
Thurl.
They're an adult. Killing the nameless NPC.
I mean, we don't have to
and
kill him.
Killing the
Just bonk
henchman.
him.
Walk him real good. I can like
I just need to know if you're taking them both hostage.
chop him in the back of the neck.
No, just one. Thea said kill the little one.
Okay.
And last
I
time
was
let
told we were
someone
killing
live.
them.
Who's doing the killing blow and who's knocking out Thurl?
I'll
As soon as
kill.
happens in unison. Okay. And Thea, you're knocking out Thurl.
I guess.
All right. I don't want to roll for this because I don't want to belabor this too much because we got to call this so you guys kind of, as Thurl is looking over the dead bodies of their comrades and just says, I will avenge all of you. Make sure that every last member of this bloody cult is brought to justice, and you just crack him in the back of the head. And Thurl just poof, collapses to the ground. And the other one's on the ground says, wait a second, I wasn't. And then Fang just goes up and just like stabs him in the gut. And they just and the nameless NPC dies.
Here, let me heal you. Inflict wounds instead. Oh, wrong one, my bad. Right hand's damaged, left hand's heal.
So much
and you guys,
murder.
Hey, we only
As you've
killed one of
taken-
them.
as you've taken Thurl hostage, that you do, and you're trying to gather them, you do see the zombies on the ceiling kind of beginning to grow a bit more rowdy and are kind of like trying to pull themselves off of the spikes. And you see the 3 of the knights on the ground, including the one you just killed, are starting to like move and reanimate.
No.
So you grab Thurl and you book it out of the room, I assume.
Is it possible for me, like, before they get animated, just like as Thurl goes out, to steal their cloaks?
Okay.
Okay.
You just quickly unclasp all the cloaks as they're like
Very good.
and getting up, steal the 4 cloaks, throw them over your back, and you all go running out, Fang carrying Thurl over his shoulder. All right, that's where we're gonna end our session for today, because we've gone way over time. Thank you everyone for watching. We will be back same time, same place next week to see where this goes next. So stay tuned. Come join us for that. Obviously, join us for our shows throughout the week. We've got Slang 101 tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's Monster of the Week. Savannah runs it. We're currently we're currently about to take a break, have some downtime. It'd be a cool chill time for you to come hang out with us.
Sally is dying.
No, she's fine. She's fine. I'm just ignoring it. She's fine.
I can't wait to send clips of this to Sid.
I know. No, we got some drama to handle there. You can come join us for that. But we're probably transitioning to something else. So it's a good time to come in and meet the gang. During the week this week, AOS on Tuesday, Elegant Suffering on Thursday, back with Neon Souls on Friday. All sorts of good stuff. Whole schedule below. If you're watching this on YouTube, head over to our Twitch page. You can see what else we've got going on around this time that you are watching it. Who knows when that is. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us here on Twitch. If you haven't done that already, do it. Just click the button. Super easy. We really appreciate it. And then join us on our Discords where we do most of our talking. Links to that also below our faces. So yeah. Anything else before we go?
I'm on Encounter Roleplay on Friday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and Cobalt Press on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Doing some ridiculous things. Running an Apocalypse World game and then playing everybody's favorite hippie cleric on Mondays. So come hang out with me. My schedule's on my Twitter.
Yeah, schedule on Twitter. We'll put links in the chat so you can go to those channels and follow them so you can see when they go live and those shows are happening. But yeah, follow us all, join us all. Thank you for being here, all that good stuff. And we will see everyone next week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.